Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, if somebody wants to wrap up what happened last time, I know that usually goes to Micro. So Micro.
Last time, the group met up with Harrock, the lizard folk, and acquired his help to try and rescue men here. And despite the fact that they also got a message from men here telling them that it's a trap, don't go, they decided to go anyway. Well, that's what happened. Like, I'm just recounting the story. I'm not judging you. That is what happened.
Commentary in this is just a recap.
Yeah. There's and they went, and Menhir was apparently due to be executed, and they found that he was just like a square in front of the church, and they found that he was under some kind of, he was not himself, he was charmed or in other ways like magicked up, so he was controlled by someone else. And then during the attack, there was a giant ass robot, giant ass construct that shot laser beams. That was a thing. And they kind of went downhill, and we were actually like about to make a run for it when Felix broke out a rather powerful scroll, an anti-magic field, which made the effect on Menhir disappear, waking him back up. And it also had the added bonus that when she walked over to the when Menhir with her on him walked over to the big construct, it stopped working, and we won rather easily. So now we're in a situation where, because that spell only lasts an hour, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens once that hour's gone and Menhir presumably goes back to being charmed.
We did tie him up very, very much.
Yes, yes.
And there was also just to remind you, you have finally seen the Drow show up.
Yes,
the Drow are.
We did most of the work.
You didn't. All right, so yes, that's where we ended with giant robot being pretty much torn to pieces, and all that's left of it is a sphere. That is its eyeball is the only thing that's left. There are a few drow casualties as the robot kind of mowed them down with its giant laser beam. I believe you met someone. What was his name? I gave him a name, I think, or maybe I didn't give him a name, and you just met somebody. You met somebody. And maybe I didn't even give him a name.
No, I think you just met. We met like he was like
Sam,
kind of in charge. I think
yeah. His name is Sam now, though, so that's Sam. So you met Sam. He was kind of in charge, and just to let you know, hey, thank you for all your help. We appreciate it. We'll send word. We're gonna go talk to the captain. I do think the captain might want to meet with you. But we're gonna have to make arrangements, and kind of gives Travaris a look, because she's a full-out elf in a very unfriendly area of the world. So arrangements must be made, and you set up so that arrangements would so they would send word to the Grumpy Beard once arrangements were made.
Excellent.
So that's where we ended. More or less, and then
where's Menhir tied up? Like, I'm assuming we tied him to something.
Did you tie him to something?
Well, just tying him isn't really gonna help. He can still. Well, I guess if you tie his legs, he can't.
I don't know. What's your decision on the tying up of Menhir?
Yeah.
Demuting is good. I would think the stage was completely destroyed, but the cart wasn't. It makes sense to tie him up and stick him to the cart and tie him up to whatever's in the cart. You know, like
Okay.
whatever we can find. There's stuff
The
around.
cart, yeah. The cart was a covered wagon. It has like seats on the back. It's what men here kind of got transported here in. So it's got seats. It seems to be made for some sort of transportation. It was also, I believe I said this last time. There didn't appear to be anything like any creature that was actually moving it. So it's one of those self-driving cars, those new fancy schmancy self-driving carts. So
can we figure out how to drive it?
you can do an Arcana check.
I guess you're also over here.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Are you next to men here? Are you leaving men here's side yet? Okay.
I'm right there. So
Okay.
let's say Arcana check.
Oh, that's very good. There are as you look around through the cart, there are some runes, and you can make out more or less what they say. It might you're gonna have to get used to like the actual driving aspect of it, but pretty much it works on like word commands. So kind of like Google. Hey Google, take me to whatever. Hey Google, take me to this. So it's a little bit on the laggy side as far as responding goes. So you might want to stop way before it needs to stop. But yeah,
Hey,
otherwise,
Google, don't drive off that cliff.
Yeah, don't drive off that cliff.
Oh,
It doesn't.
I
It doesn't
activated
seem.
my phone.
Oh god.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So you you pretty much have an Alexa cart now. That's what you got. You got an Alexa cart, and you can So far, granted, once you get on top of it, it's everything like all the runes that were glowing shut off because you have an anti-magic field. Yeah. So from reading the runes, you understand how to do it. You're not going to be able to do it right now.
Okay. I will explain it to Shavaris and get off. And walk away and say that you just tell it where to go.
Are you walking away without men here?
Oh, shoot. That's right.
You can't have to stay with me.
I can't be with him and the cart. Is it possible to change into maybe a pack animal? We can just hitch the cart to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that you've seen plenty of pack animals that could hit that you could use it like a traditional cart. Yeah, and it doesn't seem to. Yeah, like it'll probably work like a normal cart would. I will say at this point, now that battle is done and everything's less hectic and whatnot, you do finally get a good look at men here, and on the stump of twig, sort of near the head of men here, there is an iron ring around twig.
Maybe we can try to take that off. That could be it. Let's see.
Well, I don't remember them doing taking twig or putting it on. All I remember is going to the time gate. They took me back to the time gate. Also, the two bullets are named Pancake and Waffles. I'm not making that up.
He's not making that up. That is their names.
They took me back to the time gate, and the Persimmon was there, and Stretchy Arm Lady was there, and also the lady that was in the time loop was there. And so Persimmon and the king are working together. So the king killed the princess so he could become king, because he wouldn't become king if he didn't do that. And then they skipped 5 years forward. Well, we skipped 5 years forward, and they kind of, in that time, he became king and made his army. But he's looking for us because we the witnesses. We saw him kill the princess. Also, Persimmon is looking for Scrags because Scrags killed the time loopy lady. Even though I explained to him that she's still there, but he kept saying that time doesn't work like that. But I don't understand. She was right there. So then time loopy lady gave me the scroll and with the sending spell. So I sent the message to you. I hope you got it. And then they oh yeah, at one point they took a leaf off a twig and threw it into the time portal. And I think that's how they found us. I think they sent it back in time to find us. It's very weird. And then Persimmon said very convincingly that if I went through the time portal, I would get to my friends. So then I went through the time portal, and then everything went black, and then I was here. Well, what's left of him? He'll grow back.
He will, honey. You think you can? You're good with things. Do you think you can get that metal thing off of it?
I can try. I'm tied, so.
Oh, I guess that probably would hurt. Let me see what do I got in my. Let's see. I do have thieves' tools. Let me see if I can do something.
Yeah, a crowbar would probably do it.
I have a crowbar. I have a dungeon.
It's not it's not like you're hurting me. Like I don't have feeling. It's not like Menhir feels inside Twig. Like it's not like it's actually a part of him.
All right, so
it wouldn't hurt him.
All right, so I'm putting the crowbar there. Maybe we can try to do this together. Or is Herrick? Are you strong?
I am.
Okay, Herrick. Can you take this crowbar and go bakonk? Get it off.
Bakonk.
Yeah.
You want me? I can. I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it.
You want me to pull the ring off? Why didn't you say that?
I want you to just get it off. Yes.
Sure. What is that in the athletic?
With a crowbar?
Well, I'm literally just placing it under it and then pulling down. Like I'm not trying to be gentle here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're not gonna try to be gentle? Yeah. If you're not gonna try to be gentle, you use athletics. Menhir, you Micro, have you ever been to the dentist and had like dental surgery?
Yes, multiple times.
Okay. You know how you can't feel your teeth, but you can still feel your teeth?
Yes.
Like you can still, yeah. So it's like that. So you feel the grinding of twig, and you feel it doesn't hurt, but you feel the grinding
but
of metal on metal. It is not. It feels awful. It feels not good. You are very lucky that you don't have feeling in twig.
Menhir has been through way worse, so
yeah. But you can definitely you can feel that pressure and that grinding in like the back of your head. Yeah. And you do see you hear Twig like snap as he puts pressure on Twig, and the ring kind of stretches out a little bit, but is kind of still stuck in there. So far, you've done more damage to Twig than you've done to anything else.
Well, let's see. Maybe I can do it a little more with gentleness if you've stretched it out enough, because I'm pretty dexterous. Yeah, I've got thieves' tools. Can I?
Right.
That's
Yeah, you can use your thieves' tools with like sleight of hand to see if.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think you're going for sleight of hand, right? Unless you were thinking something else.
Yeah, pretty much. It's got to be that. So I have proficiency. Okay, so guidance is a D4.
Look at
I don't
that.
think she needs
Oh,
the
snippy
D4.
snap.
I'll put now it's 25, and I have a proficiency with thieves' tools, but not with sleight of hand. So that's an extra 3. So 28.
All right. You are very, very dexterous, and you get your tools in. You get all your tools out, and you're very slowly wedging like them under the ring and sliding them up a little bit further up Twig's trunk, so you don't harm Twig. And as you get close to the top, you see a little spark come off the ring, and I need men here to roll a D100.
Oh no.
Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's a 9.
Okay, well, you don't know what a 9 means, so don't be. It's a table, so 9 doesn't mean anything more than a 9.
Oh, okay, it's not like the lower it is, the worse
No,
it is.
no.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Oh, great, perfect. I love this one. This is great. Men here, you get up and just walk straight up at that building. Just walk straight into the wall. And
Wait,
Felix,
how
at
am
this
I
point,
getting up? I'm tied.
are your legs tied?
Yeah,
I
I've
would
tied him
assume-
completely. Yeah.
I'm tied
yeah.
to the card.
So you are trying your best to get up. You notice that the runes are back up on the cart. So you're just seeing men here struggle. Men here, you can still talk, but you're struggling to get up.
Do you want me to roll anything?
Unless you want to
See if
do
I
something
can-
about it.
No. I'm like, if I'm trying as hard as I can to walk and get free from the car, presumably,
Oh,
like if I'm being forced to
I
it,
mean-
presumably I wouldn't do something like an athletics or something to get
not
free.
particularly. Like you,
Okay.
You could. You've been tied up really well, so like
Okay.
you could. But you getting out of this is not something I'm concerned that you're going to be able to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you see men here just trying to struggle.
So
I'm not doing anything. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. Why am I doing?
is the anti-magic field down?
As far as you can tell, all like the cart lit up again, and that was something that was being affected by your anti-magic field.
Ooh.
All right, I take out my rapier and I cast green flame blade and I attack the thing.
The ring.
Yeah.
Men here's eye turns red.
Oopsie.
You can roll initiative.
I missed. Does that help?
Well, you have advantage because he's tied down.
It's true. I don't think you miss. I don't know if a 19 hits or not.
Okay.
But yes, you can roll initiative. Men here.
All right.
Sorry, men here. I get him back.
Oh, sorry. We're all rolling initiative. I take it. Sorry.
Yeah, because you got a very pissed off men here
All
now.
right.
Who rolls
Wait.
terribly.
Yeah. That
So
is
you-
with advantage.
Yeah,
Should I
that is
do
what
some-
the
You control him now and not me.
yeah.
Do I do the damage off of the green flame blade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, 19 hits you. I'm sure.
Yes, 15.
Yeah.
The current is 15. Even if I still had my shield, it would hit me.
Oh, but he's super strong, isn't he?
Do you want everyone to roll initiative? So
Yeah.
far, it's only me.
Yep.
No,
I need
it's just
everyone.
slow because I think it's slow. I can see my initiative. It's 14, and I can
Oh, I
see.
can't
Oh.
see your initiative at all. I can see Herax and I can see.
Well, no, that's not Harax. That's Menius.
Oh, is that those? No, I rolled men here's.
Oh, okay. Well, then ignore the 10
Okay.
because that was
Okay.
rolled with Menhir's.
Oh no, I rolled Menhir's initiative. That's why you got it.
Oh, there we go.
R&D, just let me know when I'm popped in, because I'm
You're
just...
there. You're there.
I'm-
So if you wanna do anything, you are right
Oh,
there.
yeah, we
so if
kind
you
of
want to roll
forgot-
initiative.
Wait, we kind of forgot
Okay.
to say that we have a new member now.
Oh yeah, really.
There's my
We'll
initiative.
get there. We'll get to introduce her pretty soon. She's been very quiet in the corner. I just got a thing from like Roll20 saying so.
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
getting
yeah.
those too. I think that's a Roll20 thing.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay,
Oh,
because
yeah.
now I'm seeing initiatives pop up
okay.
that I was
Okay.
not seeing those initiative rolls before. So let me
Do you
get
see
you.
mine?
Yes, I do see yours. So let
Okay,
me get
okay,
you
okay.
all added on here. So Herrick, you rolled a. What
21.
did you roll? 21.
Nice.
Because now I both have
myself
advantage
behind that
and a
house.
+7 to initiative.
Shavaris, you rolled a
I got a 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
And then Estley, you rolled. Am I saying that right? Probably not. You rolled a 17, and Alex rolled a 12. Okay, and they're not going to roll initiative, but at this point, all the drow soldiers around you have more than given you a wide berth.
Okay.
They're not. Also, they're busy gathering up everyone else, but they're leaving. They're not. They don't want any of this nonsense. You're on your own.
That's
All
fair.
right. Which takes us to Herrick. Herrick gets to be the first one.
Once I am gonna well I'm gonna attempt to grapple in here.
Okay.
Hold
I
him
think he
down.
automatically fails saves because he's tight.
Probably.
So I mean, it's not gonna. You can. Yeah, he just automatically fails it. So
Yeah, you're
mean,
like hold restrain him to hold.
Like a full restraint?
well, Menhir's kind of already restrained. It's just that he's restrained by ropes, not by a person.
Well,
So
like I'm not sure what you want Herrick to do. Like, do you want him to attack? Like, there's no reason
Herrick
to
to-
attack. Well, there's no reason to attack men here. So
Well, he's gone red and he's smacked before. Could we do non-lethal damage
you certainly can.
and knock him out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly you can try to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
He is
okay.
raging now. Yeah, I mean, you can do as long as you tell me that it's not lethal damage. You're just gonna
yeah,
you're just gonna whittle
okay.
him
Well,
down.
I will do non-lead. I will do some. I will do.
Knock him out.
Well, would Hunter's Mark? If a Hunter's Marking will that still count as non-lethal damage?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. As long as you say non-lethal, I don't really care. Like that'll give you the extra bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I
whatever
will.
damage.
I will Hunter's Mark Menhir as my bonus action, and then I am gonna use non-lethally. I am gonna use my first attack as a bite. Now we wait.
And you get advantage. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if that's
Well, I
advantage, yeah.
automatically get advantage anyway. So.
Yeah.
So that's a 25.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that hits. Yeah, well, I know it hits.
It's Menhir.
That's 5, and then Hunter's Mark. Does Menhir count as a humanoid?
Yeah, he does count as humanoid.
Then it's add a +2 to that.
So 9, but that's all sorts of things. So not 9. 4. Okay.
And then the next attack that also hits.
Yep.
That's 8. Hunter's Mark damage. And then again, once again, +2. And third attack that hits.
Yeah, you should have no problem really hitting him.
Micro's beating the
Yeah.
shit out of himself.
You are. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
It's so meta.
Nothing. What happened to
Hunter's
self-love?
mark. Hunter's mark plus two.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use my action surge to get another 3 attacks.
Non-lethal.
This is all non-lethal. Like
Good. Because you've just even with resistances, you've like taken him down a house.
yeah. A hit, Hunter's mark, plus 2, bite. Hunter's mark, bite.
Jeez
Plus
Louise.
4.
Okay. I will do. And he doesn't have resistance to most of this, right? Because you have a.
No,
plus one
yeah,
weapon.
he does. He has resistance. To
Oh
it.
yeah.
It's just
So
it's just straight up. It's like my attacks count as magical, but as we established, that doesn't matter.
Yes, 15, 20, 25, and then plus 4, 29. Woof, done. 29. That's some amount of damage.
Welcome to Harrog's build.
There you go. Took down Men here to most of his health right off the bat.
Yes.
All right.
That is.
Now, if you I'm sorry. Anything else for you?
I will take a step back.
Okay. Astley, do you want to do anything? You've been kind of watching this from the sidelines. This whole little
Well,
charade that they got.
I see on the map that I'm kind of behind this house over here.
Mm-hmm.
So what she's probably gonna do, she's probably just gonna sit there and watch
Okay.
until she feels like shit's going down and she's needed.
Okay. All right. That takes us to Shavara's.
Yeah,
What's the guitar in the background?
I think that's Chrissy's family
beautiful
night.
Oh.
Oh yeah, let me mute.
Okay.
Oh no, I was just wondering. Like, wait, did like R&D put music on?
It's a
Like,
no,
what's
it's,
going on?
it's a busker.
I really should put like battle music on during this.
I mean, there are royalty-free playlists, so yeah.
I'm sure I could on Pretzel if I went to Pretzel. I'm sure I could find it.
No, they're literally royalty-free on YouTube. There are people who've
Oh,
made
yeah.
like royalty-free things you can just play.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I have Pretzel, which is why I usually go do it.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
but it's not gonna be
Pretzels.
thematic.
That's probably true.
yeah. So Shavaris watches Herok just like and
I'm not actually sure how the fuck you do, but you bite non-lethally.
but she feels very
called-
inadequate. Oh, sorry.
You
guys.
use your gums. You use your gums to bite.
I was about to say he's gumming at him like.
She-
So you see, yeah. So Med here's just covered in slobber at this point, rolled all over by.
she
Oh, that's even worse because Harrog is modeled after a Komodo dragon, so it's like really gross.
Oh.
Alright, so Shavaris feels very inadequate and just gets out her scimitar and smacks him with the flat of the blade as hard as she can.
Yep,
Ooh,
that'll hit.
And right, 7 slashing damage. That's all I can do. And I'll actually, yeah, we have to take him down, so she'll stay where she is, just stay defensive till the next round.
All right, Felix. We're back to Men here not being super
Okay.
happy again.
So I am going to shoot. I'm gonna turn my rapier around to the hilt and try to knock him out.
Okay.
Take a couple of swings.
Yep, that first one hits.
And
You're definitely wearing him down.
just
Oh
But
my
ew.
god! Nice.
I'm actually
Here.
I'm really surprised I didn't get a single critical. Like I have a 75% chance or something to get a critical.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely hits. So do all your extra damage to him. Ooh, Ooh, 13, so 6. He's not looking happy.
That second roll is unfortunate.
That second roll is just the worst roll.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That first one was good. So no worries there. All right. Anything else for you, Felix?
Forget. I'm going to action surge and do it twice again.
All right.
Wow.
Action.
just everyone's going to town on poor men here.
Well,
Like, you go knock yourself out. 13 again.
All right.
And
yep.
I think the 16 still hits because his AC is 15 right now.
Yes.
16.
Nice. All right. Yeah, he is looking real shabby.
The normal attack does less more damage than the critical.
Yeah.
True.
Unfair.
The
dice
all
are
right.
cruel.
Anything else for you?
I'm like God.
Shavara says we should have knocked him out when he was still friendly.
I don't like hitting him when he's friendly.
Yeah, super. I don't like him when he's mean.
All right. I think it takes us to men here. Men here. Not gonna lie, rolled a 20 on his strength check to get out of his binding. So
Well,
you
he
see,
does have advantage on it, so yeah.
I did. That was without advantage. I forgot that he had advantage on it.
He has
just rolled a
advantage on
20.
strength checks when he's
Raging.
yeah.
Okay, well.
And he has advantage anyways on breaking objects.
Yep. So you just see men here just from behind his back just pull the ropes apart and stand up and run to the wall, just straight into the wall and smack right into it, fall over and pass out.
Oh, he might still be hearing some commands now. Didn't you tell him to knock himself out?
I did. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it worked.
Well,
All
so,
right.
yeah, that's it. You're well, unless you guys want to beat up more on men here, he is out cold.
So can we put him in a
Okay.
cart now?
You can try to put a very unconscious, like 700-pound thing in the cart. It's gonna take, depending on your rolls, is how long it's gonna take you. But
Oh,
you can
God.
cumulatively do like an athletics check with advantage. So if you want to pick like your best person to do that,
That's probably Harak.
yeah.
I'm not strong.
No.
I have a +7 to athletics.
Okay.
Guess it's you.
Yeah. So I mean, you'll eventually do it. It's just this is going to determine how long it actually takes you to do it. Because and then while you're at it, Micro, roll a d4 because that's going to matter. Okay.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. Okay, perfect. So at a 17 with men here, it takes you like a solid hour to get him. You don't really have tools, so you're just kind of dragging him on the cobblestone, which is the easy part. Like dragging him over to the cart, that was the easy part. Actually getting him on top of the cart, that's
But the magic field is definitely gone.
Yeah, it takes you guys a while, but it takes you like an hour. But after an hour, you manage to get men here up on the cart.
And he's only.
Let's get him.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's get him to the beard.
Yep. Sounds
All
good.
right, you can Felix, you can name an Arcana check to see how well your driving skills are.
I can change into a warhorse, if it helps.
Oh, if you don't want to try to drive it, it's drivable way. Yeah.
Yep. So I can I'll wild shape into a warhorse, which I don't have an icon for, but nee.
Yeah. It takes you guys I'm assuming you all have rope and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it takes you a little while because there's really no setup for this cart to be driven by a horse. Like it's very clearly made to be self-driven. So you kind of tie some ropes around and do some makeshift knots and eventually figure out like a good way to pull it. Because you're trying to pull something that wasn't meant to be pulled. But as you slowly you get there, you slowly make your way through town. You get a lot of weird looks through town, mostly because no one's seen a horse in the Underdark. Like, yeah, you have a couple. You walk by a couple of butchers, and they take out their knives and they just start sharpening them. Like that right there looks some tasty.
Yeah. She sort of
Harrod will give them a really dirty look.
Yeah, so people think you might be tasty, Shavaris. Like, I haven't seen a horse in a while.
Pretty horsey.
Yes.
Horse does taste pretty good, so
I'm sure it does, and I'm sure no one's had a horse down here in a while.
You could say.
Wait.
You could say that you're a snack.
The snacks. The snacks.
Roll the snack table.
Roll the snack table. All right. Otherwise, besides the weird look, it takes you like another hour to make it back to the beard, and you make it back in front of the beard, just to the front of it. That's where you get to.
All right.
We need to.
Has our Yanti friend been following us?
I don't know. Has she?
Yeah, that's.
I don't think she would. I think she would observe what was going on and kind of chuckle to herself.
But would you follow us back to the bar or our hostel or hotel?
To the inn.
Oh, to the inn? Yeah, probably should make her way there, but more than likely should follow behind you just for her own amusement.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to know if you were with us. I think that probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume R&D would also probably want to know that, so that's why I asked.
That's true.
Yeah, I had no idea where y'all were going. All I heard was the beard. So I'm like, oh, are they going to a wizard? Okay. Definitely not a place my character would go, so I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah. Funny part is, they actually are going to a wizard. So.
Is it Oz?
No, unfortunately, no. But he's a funny character. That Frank.
They both are.
Yeah.
Frank and Patrick are fantastic. I'm glad you like Frank and Patrick.
Just in case Frank and Patrick want us to take Menhir around the back, I'm gonna stay as a horse, warhorse, until I know where they wanna drop him off.
All right, I go run and I get Frank, Patrick.
We got a challenge.
Little lady, you're back.
Yeah,
How you doing, little lady? Did you get your friend back?
Sort of. Yes. He's in a cart.
He's in a cart.
Yes.
Oh,
And he's got this magical metal ring on him that makes him do bad things.
Oh no, little lady, that sounds like a lot of trouble. I know. Hey, little lady, go around the back, little lady. There's a like a little elevator back there that where we get deliveries for like the meats and stuff. Take him back there and just dump him in. We'll get him down here. We'll get him down here.
Dump him.
Yeah, it'll be safe. I promise. I promise. That's like the size of a horse, so that should be okay.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I go ahead and tell her, and then we go around back, and I'm like, I guess you got to dump him in.
Yeah. So as you make it to the back of the building, there is like this kind of stone archway with a big iron door back there. That like when you pull it forward, it opens up and what looks like kind of like a slide going downward.
All right. She'll shift back into a regular person in case we need help pushing him into the elevator.
Oh, no, stay as a horse.
Oh, okay. I'll stand as a horse. All right. Okay.
I see you start to change. I'm like, no, you're better off bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, you're almost definitely stronger as a horse.
Okay.
Quick question: do y'all hear yourselves at all? Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear
We
you
don't
now.
hear you, but we don't hear ourselves. No.
Okay, that's good because my headphones died and I'm not bothering to find my earphones.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the speakers we're not picking it up.
Okay, good.
Muffin, you know that that we wouldn't be able to hear you because we talk without you having headphones in all the time.
That's true.
There you go. All right. So yes,
Muffin.
That is, we never call each other anything but that.
that's okay. Those are better nicknames than me and my wife because I just call my wife Woman.
That is. Oh, that is.
That's actually
Terrible.
very. No, actually, well, I mean, in Britain they'll do that. What are you doing, woman?
Yeah.
So I've heard that before, actually, and it's not meant to be other than.
No, and it's a very endearing woman. It's not meant to be a scolding.
It's not
woman.
gonna make a sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not gonna make me a sandwich woman. It's more of a yes. So it's our endearing thing. I don't know what she calls me. I don't want to find out. Now that I've asked.
You know, wait, how the fuck do you not know that?
I don't know. Woman. Sorry.
She just doesn't call you anything. She's
I
like,
hope she just calls you man.
Oh, man, that would be great. I don't think she calls me man. Either way, yes, big slide going down into a basement.
all right. Push him.
Yeah. So yeah, you back the cart up to the slide, and you shove him in, and you see men here just disappear into the darkness of the basement. Untied up, by the way. Did you guys tie him up again? I don't think you did. So this unconscious men here who is not tied up
Flops down
in the
bottom.
basement.
Hopefully
Yeah.
that won't do lethal damage. How many feet down is it?
Well, it's a slide, right?
It's a slide. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's fine. Just untied though, which I just remembered. So.
Estelle is getting a drink. Just saying.
Oh, sure. You walk in and you see these two older looking dwarves sitting at a table playing dice, as they always do. And you walk in and they start hooting and hollering at you. Oh, look at you! Oh, look at that hair! Oh, have you seen hair like that before, Frank? I don't think so, Patrick. That's some hair right there. Where are you from, woman? They're gonna call you woman.
Just kind of glares at them and kind of like shows her fangs and then goes and sits down far away from them.
Oh, hey, Brax, bring her some of the good stuff. We gotta loosen up this one right here. She's a little too uptight right now. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. And you see this third dwarf sort of in the back of the bar, just kind of grumbling, and go get you. He brings you over a bottle of wine.
She's just gonna say thanks, and then drink and start planning on killing those two guys.
And he just kind of grumbles at you. You're gonna drink it? That was probably a terrible idea. Roll me a D6.
Cool.
And let me find the book. Okay, 5. Where are you at? Here we go.
Am I getting like
Roofied?
a break drunk or something?
Not necessarily.
It might
But
just
you
be
don't.
poison.
You don't know
Food
this
poisoning.
about them. You don't know this about them. But out of character, Patrick is an alchemist.
Ah.
You feel yourself to be very very light all of a sudden, like physically light. Like you're actually lifting up from your chair, and your feet are no longer touching the floor.
She's gonna be very indifferent about it.
Okay.
She's just gonna kind of look and go, okay.
There you go. You, by the way, now have a flying speed of 10.
Oh.
And that doesn't last very long, but you have flying speed. All right.
Yeah, and after the wine, she's gonna be like, can I just get a plain beer?
Oh, little lady, or not little. You're not little lady. Oh, you gotta drink Patrick's great wine. He gets all his ingredients from the Underdark. He makes the best wine ever. Don't you worry, we got the best stuff here.
She's gonna go beer.
Brax, find Brax, bring her some beer.
All right, so once Menhir's in, we're gonna come around. And I guess when I see the floating lady, I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys know you have a floating lady?
Oh, that must have been Patrick's new ingredients. Yeah, you're always messing with that recipe. What do you think, the woman over there? Is the wine any good?
She's just gonna glare at him and continue drinking the beer.
I think she likes it.
Yeah, she looks great. So about our friend, do you think you can help him?
What seems to be the problem with him?
All right. So, I tell them everything, basically.
I'm gonna move you to a more bar-like scene. Oh, little lady. I think I might have to take a closer. What do you go, Patrick? I think Patrick's good with those. What do you call them? Magic items. He's much better than I am. I'm more of a spell scroll kind of guy.
I can help. I'll help.
Yeah. Come along. Patrick. Patrick kind of takes you back in the similar way that he took you to his library, but rather than going down the stairs, you kind of go back into the kitchen, and behind the kitchen there's another door heading downward. To another kind of separate-ish basement. It's a little weird because it doesn't seem like you should be able to have this much basement in one building.
Oh, it's a Tardison.
Yeah, so you're like this if you were to sit around and measure out how much basement this one building has, it's got more basement than it should have. But wizards, what are you gonna do about it?
I'm very impressed, actually.
So down here they seem to have a lot of wine, and also what looks like a chemistry set in the back with lots of tubes and things kind of boiling and bubbling and sitting. Some things that don't smell like they should be ingested, but just wines. It kind of looks like a wine cellar, really. And in the middle of the wine cellar is Menhir, still very unconscious.
I'm still a horse.
You are still a horse. Are you going to stop being a horse? Are you going to walk into the bar with your friends?
Well, the thing is that I'm kind of, this is Felix's thing, and she was directing me and backing me up, and so she hasn't said, don't be a horse. And when I started to stop, she told me not to, but she hasn't told me not to anymore, so I'm still a horse.
So what are you going to do about that, Felix? Did you ever tell her not to be a horse?
I'm sitting outside, by the way. Looking in for some grass.
Well,
Thing with butchers.
I'm not sure I would know, but if I would yell to her like, Shavaris, are you coming?
Okay, then I'll.
You hear a very muffled, a gnome voice through the slide that you slid Menhir down.
Okay. Yep. Then I'll come back into my normal shape and go inside and follow the voices down into the basement.
Herrick is just gonna sit down in the bar and like this doesn't he can't really do much. So maybe get a beer too.
Ship.
All right. So I don't know if Shavaris wants to come down with me or stay up.
I think she's a little bit worried about Menhir waking up, so.
No.
Yeah, she'll go down with you.
Cool. So we're down, I guess, and we find Menhir.
Yep, we've got an unconscious Menhir.
Is R&D still here?
Oh, looks like R&D might have gotten kicked out.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, yeah. He got weirdly quiet, so. Oh, there we go.
Roll the campaign now.
I don't know what happened there. It just me like muted out, and I didn't even notice. And I talked to myself for like 20 minutes.
Oh no.
Wait, 20 minutes?
I know. Time isn't what you think it is.
That's true.
Time doesn't work that way, man.
At least.
So I'm sorry. What was the last thing you heard me say?
You were asking about Chavaris, I think.
Yep, and I
Yeah.
became
Oh,
a druid and went downstairs and.
Then Herrick went up and sat in the bar too and got a beer.
Okay, so we got 2 people up in the bar and 2 people down in the
Yes.
in the wine cellar wine cellar area. Okay. Oh, so yes, so you see Patrick go up to men here, and he looks rather flushed, and he's like, oh no, oh that looks really bad. You all did quite a number on him. He goes over to his little tool drawer and takes out kind of what looks like a dental pick, and pokes at the ring on Menhir's on Twig, and it just sparks with blue these blue sparks just come off. He's like, oh no, I'm not sure. This might be quite a bit outside my field. Ooh, I don't know. And then he goes over and starts opening a book, and I don't know if I can help you, little miss. This. Ooh, I'm not sure how safe it is to take that off of him.
Well, we can't just leave it. He's evil.
Is that why he's evil, though? Or are we sure that that's actually the reason? I mean, it's on there, but are we sure that that's what's causing it? Is there another way to detect to see if there are other magics around him?
That's good thinking. Do you have a detect magic or an identify spell?
Ooh.
Not prepared. I've got dispel magic, but not prepared.
Patrick kind of keeps looking. This is how do you say? Like this is magic. Little miss. You might know this. This is what the gnomes kind of do. They tinker with magic, but they kind of add a little something else to it. I think whoever built this kind of mixed up some of the magic and some of the like the techno stuff together and made this ring. I get a. Oh. Do
you think it was gnomish? Maybe if I can look at it, if it's gnomish, I can figure it out. I'm a gnome.
Yeah. The gnomes are good at this kind of stuff. Yeah. Why don't you go take a look at it? You can do an arcana or investigation, whichever one you're better at.
Chavaris will give her another pat of encouragement and guidance.
All right, and I'm gonna use my lucky feet, so I'll have advantage. All right, so let me see. What am I better at?
Do you get that thing where gnomes get like extra things for arcana, don't you? Are you that kind of gnome? Do all gnomes get that? I know gnomes get that.
I don't know that my first Neblins do.
I think that's one of the 2 kinds of service gnome that gets that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a gnomish thing.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case.
I just want like gnomes are really good at. I remember making an artificer that was a gnome that was really good at just looking at arcana stuff because of it.
Guidance.
Yeah, don't forget your guidance.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So no, you get tinker. So you have proficiency with artisan tools, using tools to spend 1 hour. Clockwork toy, artificer lore. That's the one. Whenever you make an intelligence history check related to magic items. Is that just rock gnomes? Oh, that is just rock gnomes.
That is on the rock gnomes.
Okay, that's fine. You still got a 17. Okay, so you look at this thing now. You look at some of the cracks that you've made, and you've actually chipped off a pretty sizable chunk of the iron band around it. You don't know exactly what it does, but to your modern eyes, Chrissy, it kind of looks like a circuit. to modern, like if you were a gnome from 2,000 years in the future, it would look like a circuit. It seems to have these like resistors and it looks like a circuit board is kind of in there in the ring. It's definitely you're very much, there's some sort of mix of magic and technology happening in this metal ring. You also notice that you did a lot of damage to it, so how well is it working anymore is
How does it seem to be connected to my friend?
As you kind of look closer at Menhir, you see that through Twig, there's roots going through from the ring through Twig into Menhir.
Yeah,
so it's like physically connected to Menhir. It's not.
Yeah, and the roots of Twig like go all over into me. So.
Mm-hmm. So he's got like a second root system that seems to be some sort of arcane techno thing.
Huh. All right. So Shavaris, you're a druid, so you're good at roots?
Well, I do have a plant growth as my circle, which allows me to channel vitality into living things. Maybe if I can grow twig, it can become more powerful than the magic and kind of take over some of the circuitry.
There's a thought. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely try.
I mean, yeah, it won't hurt, and Twig's kind of hurting, so she'll come forward.
Twig's kind of hurting. Yeah, Twig is mostly a stump at this point.
Okay.
Poor little Twig.
I channel vitality into plants within a specific area.
Mm-hmm.
I can grab the, let's see, as an action, all normal plants become thick and overgrown. Normally it's used for like an area effect, but here I'm going to use it very, like, or I can make it harvest. Like if we'll find out if twig bears fruit.
So you can
acorns. He's an oak tree.
Oh, okay.
He's an oak tree. Oh, we know what kind of tree. Yeah, so you'll do that, and then if you want to use an Arcana to see sort of if you're, because you're trying to overpower this.
Yes.
This technology.
So she'll channel vitality into Twig and nurture him and encourage the energy to go all throughout Menhir's body.
Yeah. So you do, visibly, you do see Twig, like the stump that was Twig, kind of grow out, and you see leaves and twig, actual twigs, actual branches. He starts to branch out, and on each of the branches come out leaves, and eventually acorns, right? Because he's an oak tree.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a young oak tree.
Yeah, so eventually it's going to come out. As far as the actual magic itself that's there, like, you didn't hurt it, but it doesn't seem to be any, like, it's still kind of wrapped around the natural roots of twig are these.
It's a fucking technological mycorrhiza.
If you could visualize it, like you have twig's roots that kind of go into, and you're in touch with nature, so you can kind of feel twigs' roots, and they go all throughout Menhir. And so you can feel all of these roots that wrap around all these components of Menhir and these rocks and things. But alongside them are these blue lines that almost like they don't seem to at the moment be against twig. It's almost like there's a third, what do you call organisms that get along with each other?
Symbiotic
there's a third symbiotic organism here.
Yeah, as I said before, it's a mycorrhiza, which is a symbiosis between tree roots and fungi.
Yeah.
So it's like a technological mycorrhiza.
Yeah. So you have a third. Now you have three things that are symbiotic with each other. You have twig, and you have Menhir, and you have this other thing. It doesn't seem to bother twig. Twig doesn't seem bothered by this other thing being there. It's not like it's not like there's an immune response to it, or even from Menhir. Menhir's, like, as far as you can tell, Menhir's body isn't rejecting this thing, and it doesn't seem to be attacking it.
So I feed this information back as I'm channeling vitality and ask Felix if she has any ideas of what I can do while I'm here. Like if I can't like it doesn't seem to be the third line, the artificial line doesn't seem to be growing. It's not living, right? So it doesn't. The vitality is increasing, but the energy, the mechanism isn't.
Yeah, it's not living, but it's like, it's not living in the like plant or animal sense of way. It's living in the arcane kind of way.
Mm.
So it definitely feels like there's a third organism there. Like, it's just not. It's not like plant life or animal life that you're accustomed to. It's like there's some magic life thing here.
As she's channeling, she remembers. Shavara says, "Remember how when we first got here, we were swarmed by gnomes? Maybe one of those interested parties could know, and maybe for a price would be willing to turn this off. If you're stumped."
I mean, we could try.
Yeah, you're saying all this out loud, right?
Yes. To her.
Patrick kind of pipes up. You don't want anything to do with those gnomes. Those gnomes are crazy. I mean, you can try. There's some smart gnomes in there, but they've been how do you say? There's some they like to do the mushrooms a little too much. Not all there, but they do run the water treatment plant. So there's some pretty smart ones in there. Just trying to find them might be a little hard. However. There is I got my shipments that I get here. I get them all from a city not too far away called Flinton. God, that's a terrible name. Flinton, gnomish city. All gnomes all the time. They sell a lot of our arcane magic spell ingredients kind of stuff. So they're very good at this stuff. And I got a friend there. His name's Saccharin. He might be able to help you out.
He's a sugar?
So, Shavaris is going to lean down to Felix and just say, "Do we need to tie him up again?"
Yeah, probably, and maybe heal him. See if he'll talk to us. So, all right, we'll tie him up.
Okay.
And,
Doesn't take you very long. He's unconscious, but you get him all tied up. Are you gonna heal him up to awake state?
Well,
I kind of like him unconscious.
Tying him up didn't really help last time.
Yeah, we might need something stronger than rope. Like, is there a binding spell?
You're not. Just saying, your friend upstairs has like metal bear traps and shit.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
Well, the DC on that isn't that high. It's like 13. Manny's gonna be able to break out of that easily.
I mean, we could just keep smacking him into unconsciousness.
So just so you all know, just mechanically speaking, if you heal him up, he'll only go up to those. He doesn't actually get like a long rest or a short rest, so he'd only go up to like whatever 4 or 5 hit points depending on what spell you use. So smacking him unconscious isn't that hard. So
the hunting trap would probably render him unconscious again, and I can't make that non-lethal. It does damage. It does 1d4 damage, and every time he attempts to get out, it does 1 damage. So that would more than likely actually, like, mechanically, we can obviously disregard that for story purposes, but like mechanically that would kill him.
Right. So let's see. I mean,
do you have an identify, like a it's not a very high level spell. Do you have one that you?
I can do that. I don't think it'll give me like 10 minutes, but I'm not sure how much more it'll get you. So give me a second here, and he goes over to his drawers.
Please know what kind of magic we're dealing with. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. So Patrick goes over and starts looking through his drawers, takes out some things. He's going to do this as kind of like a ritual, pretty much. so it's going to take him. It takes, I think, identifies a ritual takes like 10 minutes, maybe an hour. I forget.
It's a normally it's an action, right?
Yeah, normally, yeah, but you can cast it as a ritual, and he's got it as well.
Yeah, then it's 10 minutes. Rituals means that it takes 10 minutes longer.
Yeah, so he's just going to sit there and take up his time to do it. Okay, so after a while, he gets it all together. You do see that like every once in a while, just there's like a little spark comes off of the ring around Menhir. So he comes back. He's like, this is really weird, little lady. It's God, how to put this? There's like two kinds of magics kind of mixed in together, and it's really hard to tell them apart. I can tell you this much: it seems to be like a you probably maybe you've used it. I don't know, little lady, but it's a dominate spell, dominate person. It's quite a high level spell. It's a 5th level, so not that he'd say 5th level, but you know.
Yeah.
The 5th circle of magic.
The 5th circle of magic, yes. It's a 5th circle of magic. It's pretty up there. It lets somebody control your friend, but whoever made this also got something else kind of entangled with your friend. You can probably I think your anti-magic field probably dispel the dominate person, but with that thing still on him, I think it's messing with his circuitry, with his he's a construct, right? With his stuff, it's messing with it. But I don't think the dominate person part is working anymore.
Oh, so that's good. All right, so I missed part of that.
Yeah.
Was the gist?
So the gist is, it probably has a dominate person spell, but it's from whatever you did with both breaking it, with trying to get it off of him, and your anti-magic field. It looks like it's disrupted that part of the magic. There's something else there that Patrick doesn't quite like. It's a magic that he doesn't understand that's there. And that part is still part of Menhir, but it doesn't seem to be doing the like there's something there, but it doesn't seem to be dominate, like the dominate person spell.
Okay.
Which is probably why he's acting weird.
Which is why his eye turned red. But maybe it's just his eye is red. We didn't really give him a chance to do too much. All he did was run into a wall and knock himself off. I mean, I could cast Healing Word to wake him up and then smack him with my scimitar if he seems to be getting out of hand.
I will point out, you would definitely know this because you've seen many rage many times. Normally, his eye just turns like spins. Normally, wouldn't turn red.
Right. Yeah. The red seemed to stand out to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And as the DM, I will point out that he didn't do that until you try to hit him.
So I guess we should just not hit him this time.
Well, we can try. I'll try to not hit him.
All right, let's heal him just a little.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Do your whatever spell.
She'll cast Healing Word, just at first level or second level.
Upstairs, Porak and gosh, I forgot already. Esli are having a great conversation about hunting things down. Okay. He's showing off his shield made out of constructs, and some of his tools made out of bones.
The two emotionless reptiles are having a conversation. Great.
Well, yeah, you're like, yeah, like look, like I'm tough. I got this thing. Look, I made it. It's really cool, isn't it?
It would be more like, you see this thing? It's a thing. Yeah.
All right, so yep, that's Healing Word.
It's sharp.
Yeah. Some Menhir wakes up. Menhir, you're awake.
Yay. What?
By the way, you don't remember anything after.
Yeah.
You remember being awake. You remember being your body trying to struggle against the things, and then everything goes blank for a while.
What happened? What? Where are we?
I have good news and bad news. The good news is Twig is better. Can you feel him?
Oh, he just leaves again.
Yeah, Shavaris did that.
Helps to have a druid in the party.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Twig is happy, but he feels weird.
Well, that's sort of the bad news. See, somehow you got a construct on you, and it's sort of all twisted up in Twig's roots.
Oh.
You got a construct inside your construct.
Yo, dog, I heard you like constructs.
It's we might have to go to a gnome city to see if they can't fix it.
Oh. Why did everything go black again?
Well, it's hard to tell, but part of this construct that they put on you was a dominate person spell. So it makes you do bad things. That's why you were hitting.
Oh.
Mostly Felix. Felix, sorry.
Mostly.
You kind of smacked her around a little bit.
Are you okay?
It's all right. I'll sleep it off. Believe me.
But
Least of our worries.
maybe. But if I'm to, I think you'll happen again.
Well, Patrick, you remember Patrick from the bar?
How you going, big guy?
It's been better.
Yeah.
He says that the dominate person part isn't working anymore, so...
Oh. But why did everything go black again then?
Well, maybe that's when the second construct takes over and fights stuff for you.
Well, maybe. Well, if there's gonna be dangerous things on the way there, wouldn't it be a bad thing to have me? If I didn't attack you?
Well, maybe you'll attack the things that are attacking you. Maybe it's just you kind of black out. Or maybe it's been programmed to come after us. I don't know.
Micro, roll a D100.
Oh my gosh.
Opposite end of the spectrum.
94. Okay, then.
R&D's just like, this conversation's too nice.
Yes. Let's end it. Okay. Men here starts to uncontrollably sing for the next 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I think we know.
Men here does not have a good singing voice, by the way.
Nope.
You're this warbling coming from downstairs.
No,
Yeah,
it's like rock, like it's the sound of rocks scraping against each other, basically.
Yeah, and all he really knows is whatever the Dungeons and Dragons version of La Cucaracha is. That's the only song he knows. Doing that for like 5 minutes.
So Shavaris stares at this and says, "It seems."
By the
like...
way, you're perfectly conscious throughout this whole thing. You just can't stop yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So he's got kind of like a tick, and occasionally it makes him kill people.
And occasionally makes him do this, which is worse.
Yeah, I agree. He's got a silence spell.
Oh, I do, actually.
Patrick just says, I'm going to go check up on the people upstairs. You take care of your friend, all right? All right, yeah.
Well, look, if he's acting randomly, I mean, it's dangerous, but it's not a constant danger. So he could travel with us.
I think that's the only way.
Mm-hmm. I think so. All right. Well, should we all go upstairs and have a drink?
Yeah. Men here, do you mind if we just leave you here tied up and singing to yourself?
That would be perfectly fine.
Nice.
Can we
I
make
also
Micro
can't-
sing more often?
I cannot sing. I have a terrible singing voice.
It's so cute though.
You're contractually obligated to say that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, my husband started making noises like that. I would not say that. It's not just part of the contract. You guys are cute.
Oh.
They're all in love. They all right. So we leave
Like,
men here and we're
this
gonna
is
go upstairs.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So yeah, Horak and God, I'm gonna take Estli or going or sitting around again, sharing stories and scars and showing off each other's cool shit that they've gathered.
Hey, Herrick, I didn't know you knew how to make friends with people.
I do.
The backhanded compliment. Shavaris giggles and sits down at the table. Like, oh, what's this wine?
Is that the
Roll me
floaty
a
one?
D6.
All right.
Oh, you rolled a 2. That means instant death.
It's instant death. No. You get really jittery. Like you're like your foot's just sitting there tapping.
Like I'm coked up or
Constantly.
something. I got an
Yeah,
amphetamine.
you just like I just everything's like you're super excited about everything. Everything's super cool, and you would love to go for a walk right now. Maybe a run. A run would be great. You should like really like a run right now.
Turn Wild James into a dog and stuff.
I think at this point a cat would be more appropriate because you kind of have the zoomies. You
Got
have a
it.
little bit of the zoomies right now.
Might just
Dogs
turn into a
get that.
dire wolf and run around a little bit.
Mhm. But you're very very excited right now.
Okay. Ooh.
That's some good wine, I guess, huh?
Yeah. You gotta try the wine. It's really good wine. I mean, if I could have this wine every single day, I think I'd really like to have this wine. Is there any more of this wine? Anyone want to go for a walk? Anyone want to go to like maybe see the city? I don't know. Maybe walk back and forth a couple times. The whole city, like just walk around their wall a couple times. I think that would be good.
Esley is just gonna like
Oh,
pinch the
not
bridge
both
of
for
her
them not
nose
talking too much.
with her forefinger and thumb and just shake her head slightly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
have
the
some
smell of
wine.
floating.
I am
All right.
gonna-
Well, that's a really good idea. I think that everyone should have the wine. That's really good wine.
Yeah.
Roll me a D6. 3. You are feeling like extra brave all of a sudden. Like you want to go find that crazy lady with the crazy arms. You want to beat the shit out of her like right now. You can take her. You can take her. You are Felix,
By
and you can
yourself.
take that. She
Hey.
fucked up your friend. And you can kick her ass.
Hey, you remember that girl with the arms?
The one that kicked our butts. Yeah. I remember her a lot. Yeah.
Let's get her. Let's get her right now.
I think I think I could walk up down the city. I could find her for you and then come back and let her know where she is.
I'll go with you. Fine. Guys, we're gonna go fight her.
We're gonna go
I'll
fight
be
the
right
lady.
back.
All right. So Shavara's like, oh, we
It's-
want to go for a walk. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go outside.
Esley's just gonna look over at Herrick, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
At Herrick and just go, I have a poison knife.
Cool,
good
but I
thing.
don't think but I don't think that's necessary. It's gonna wear off.
So yeah, how many
Oh,
I
rounds
also
does this
know
last?
this person.
Bye, Patrick. Oh, we'll see you later. I'm gonna go fight that lady.
I grab Felix as she tries to leave.
Hold her under your armpit.
Felix only lasts for 10 minutes. Yours lasts for an hour, Shavara.
I'm just gonna go for a jog. I'm gonna run around the building a couple times.
Am I still floating?
No, you're still floating. It's not going to last you much longer, but you're still floating.
All right. So, did Herrick try to grab me?
Yes.
Oh, that's not a problem. I can get out of that. I can get out of that.
She's feeling brave.
Yeah. Oh no, you can take him. You can take him. Lizard, we got this. We got this.
Yeah, I got squat nimbleness. I have advantage on any strength or dexterity check to make to escape from being grappled. So try it. Just try it. Go ahead. So I'm gonna. All right, you can try it. Oh no! I'm like, damn it!
like lift her up by the collar.
As all these shenanigans are happening, you hear the door open up again, and in comes your favorite merchant, Zim Von Zim.
Oh.
It's like, and he spots you. Lovely ladies, I finally found you. I've been looking all over town, but you told me that you knew the grumpy beard, and so I came here. I heard that you opened up the city. Oh, it's been the rumor going around town. You all, there's more of you. You two are, I don't know you two. Hello, my name is Zin Von Zim, and he comes over and just shakes your hand. Does not ask for permission to shake your hand at all. Name's Zim Van Zim, the owner of the ZVZ market. It's named after me, don't you know? Isn't that great? So, I hear you two managed to open up the city one more time. They're opening up the gate. Isn't that great news? We don't have to go. I am going to miss it. I was looking forward to our adventure, but you have opened up the city, which means I believe that I owe you some payment. Even though we didn't go around, you did exactly what I wanted to do, which was to open up the city. I get to go there.
Hey, I am Felix Felkarin, man. I can do whatever I want.
Oh yes, you can, my little lady. You are such a feisty one. I like you. He pulls out of his pocket and hands you each 200 gold because that's what he promised you.
Well, presumably only to the two he actually made the promise to.
Yeah, no, they're definitely just to the two. Where's your tree friend? He was gonna help you out, and that little goblin guy. Where did he go? I gotta pay him too. Always gotta pay everyone I owe my.
Shavaris is like really excited. She puts her hands on his shoulder and she's like using him to kind of jump up and down. You know, like she's like using him to like, push off of as she just hops up and down behind him, like holding onto his shoulders or his arms or whatever. Woo, 200 gold. Woo, 200 gold.
Usually she doesn't even care about money. About men here. And it's a problem. He's downstairs. I can take the 200 gold for him and give it to him. He's just downstairs. He's singing.
Oh, I did like the tree guy. Please give him my. I say thank you, and he hands you his 200 gold.
You can just put that because I'll give it to you when we get down to you. So here's, well, I mean, you should probably, the truth is, the goblin didn't help us at all, because he flaked out on us, but Herrick here, our,
new companion, new friend. Squirrel.
He helped a little. I mean, he wasn't that good. I'm mad at you for grabbing on me. So
is that right, little my lizard friend? Did you help open up the gate?
Yes.
Oh well, of course. Anyone that I was gonna pay 4 of you, and if you say that he helped you out, then that is good enough for me. And he hands you over 200 gold.
Oh.
If you see him and see that little goblin, tell him to go back to the time gate. They're looking for him.
Time gate. Oh, that's probably a little bit higher than my pay grade, little miss.
Well,
but
don't you go. Just tell him to go, because they've been looking all over for him. The little bastard took off on us. So.
Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you, little lady. I did hear that they're going to open up the time gate probably in a couple of days here. Or not the time gate.
The time gate?
I know, right?
Oh.
All the gates. They're going to open up the gate here in a couple of days. So many gates. Couple of days here, they'll get everything up and running, and I'll be able to go inside. Remember that you worked with Zim Von Zim. Tell everyone down below in Choslin that that's who you worked for. you'll get yourself a good deal. But if you ever need anything, feel free to find me, little lady. And you, oh, pretty girl, I'm gonna miss you and your
Boom,
extra
boom,
energy.
boom,
Why didn't you
boom,
have this
boom.
energy when we first met?
Boom, boom, boom.
Wine.
You're bouncy.
Talking about do you dance?
Oh, of course I do, little lady.
Well, Shavaris loves to dance. Don't you, Shavaris?
Ooh, I don't know any of the
Oh,
steps,
would
but
you-
yes.
Would you do me the honor? You hear Frank and Patrick are laughing their asses off. Brax, get one of those discs out. And you do hear, so out of somewhere in this place, there's music playing. You don't know where. There's definitely no band. There's no instruments, but you do hear a very cheery little. You would know this. I'm gonna assume that you know this because you're from Wisconsin. There's a good polka going on.
All right. She just starts hopping up and down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2.
So
Like,
do me a performance check to see how well you perform your little polka.
all right. Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun. Oh, she's terrible. She's never danced before. She spent her whole life in the forest. So.
Oh no, yeah, you do awful. Zim is elated to have you dancing with him. No, like you step on his foot several times, and he still has a giant grin on.
I'm
Throughout the
getting
whole
up on
thing.
the table. Have you let me go, Herrick? I'm like, let me go, dance. And then I get up on the bar and I'm
I think Frank and Patrick have died already from laugh. They can't breathe. I can't breathe.
You have never heard two people laugh so hard in their whole lives. They are having an absolute hoot out of this. Men here, you hear all this music and dancing going on.
Yes.
It's reverberating through the walls.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh my
dun,
god,
dun,
all
dun,
I'm
dun,
seeing,
dun.
all I'm seeing is their from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, their the
Knight
Camelot
Round
song.
Table.
Yes.
Yeah, that's with the guy clapping in the basement in the dungeon. That's all I'm seeing right now.
Yep. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, you guys, you eventually Zinvensim very politely says, I must go, lovely lady. I love this dance. Do find me again, lovely lady.
Okay,
But I must
bounces
go
out with him.
and then,
She bounces with him all the way until he's like pulling her off of him.
yeah,
so
I know. He's very quite the gentleman and has not. He still has a big smile on his face, but he's very clearly annoyed.
So, Harry will look to Felix. So, small talker, what exactly happened down there?
It's been more than 10 minutes, so I think you're like, yeah.
So I sit down. I'm like, oh, that wine had a kick. So this
Feels
is
like everybody in this town drinks that wine.
Do I? Yeah. I'm sorry. I haven't met you yet. What's your name?
Esteli.
I'm sorry.
Esteli.
Shavaris runs over, grabs your hand. Hello, it's so nice to meet you. So nice to meet you, Esteli. I'm Shavaris. I'm just gonna go outside for a second.
Hi, Esteli. I'm Felix. You've met Herrick. That was Shavaris. Yeah. You in town long?
Not after this.
Yeah, it's a real party town since we got here.
I promise you they're good in a fight.
We are
Well, as long as they're good in a fight, that's fine.
You did, just so you know, because you were watching this, you did watch them take down a giant robot.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah. So I would say that if you were in that area, you did watch them take down a giant robot.
Well, I assume I was in that area since I was in that area at the beginning here,
Yep.
so.
Yep. So before that happened, a giant robot showed up that like destroyed a bunch of drow, just like cut them in half with its laser, and they took it down.
Firing my laser.
Yep. So they are tough cookies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean any harm to you, but we don't know each other that well, and we are going to be taking a little trip to Phillips,
Flinton.
Flinton. I don't understand.
That sounds like a Midwest nerd city name.
Flinton. I hated that I found that was the name that I got. It's like, okay, well.
No, Flinton is a perfectly fine name. It probably is, like, the city was probably built into like an area with a lot of flint.
Flinton.
No, this isn't Flinton. It's Flinton.
Flinton. There's like 5 consonants next to each other.
No, it's THF at the beginning.
Yeah, just way too many consonants.
Yeah, it is. We're going to be taking Menhir there and see if they can't make him better, because he's a little bit.
That's the stone guy.
That's the stone guy. Yeah, he's got a little problem with his twig.
Traverse comes back in the house and back in the barn. He's a bit crazy. He goes a bit crazy sometimes, and it's a bit unpredictable. I think he's a little bit off his rocker.
He sings. I mean, I don't mind so much when he punches me, but when he's
there's no healing word for that.
No.
What exactly did you learn?
We didn't learn much, to be honest. We learned that he's got a construct that is rooted inside of him and around his twig.
I'm assuming that's the tree.
Yeah, that's the tree.
And you say someone in Flinton might be able to fix that?
We don't know. We don't know.
Saccharin and Flinton might fix Menhir's twig.
Well, I did give you my word that I would help get your friend back, and it seems you haven't actually gotten your friend back.
Oh, you're gonna come too? You're gonna come too? That would be really amazing. It would be awesome if you could come too.
All right, as I'm gonna step in as a DM. At this point, you're gonna have to pick who you're gonna take with you, because I'm not sure I want both Menhir and Herrick around. So
that's fair.
So you all are gonna have to pick which one you want to take with you. Do you want to take Menhir with you on whatever craziness you do next, or do you want to take Herrick with you on whatever craziness you're gonna do next?
Well, I mean, Menhir kind of has to be there to get fixed.
No. You know what, Herrick?
No, he just has to get the actual ingredients.
Well, we don't know that.
Oh, right.
We have no idea. So
yeah, you have no idea what needs to happen for Menhir. He might need to be there. He might not. I mean, you could technically convince the gnome to come visit you, to come here, and like there's no. You do have an option. You do have an option of which person you want to take.
And I'm very, very persuasive.
So, yeah, so you do have an option of which character you have to take with you, or you can take with you. I'm just, as the DM, going to say you have to take
that's perfectly fine. I was just being in character.
Well,
the only problem is Menhir has no equipment.
What I was going to say is it seems to me like it's somewhat Micro's decision because it's his character to play. So I think you should have a bit more sway, and then we can kind of make the narrative around your decision.
Well, I will also say, as Menhir kind of expressed, I don't think Menhir would be comfortable going with you because he would be afraid that he's going to end up hurting you.
Yeah, well, he's in a basement right now with a bunch of people he could hurt, too.
Well, yeah, but, like, as long as he isn't, I don't know,
How does Felix and Shavaris feel about leaving men here behind?
Well, I trust Patrick and Frank.
That's true. Patrick and Frank are solid people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so meta game. Meta. We're going meta for just a second. Micro. Going forward long term.
Mm.
Who would you rather play?
That's like 50-50. I don't really have a preference.
Okay. Well, at least we can maybe do a mini part with Herrick, and you can play him out for a bit.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
then, all right. So Felix says, I hate to leave him, but I guess we should. Okay. I guess Frank and Patrick, they would take good care of him, probably, and they're not going to be hurt by him.
Yeah, but
Because they're very powerful.
that's
Aren't
true.
you, Frank and Patrick?
They're like, we might have a babysitting fee for that, little miss.
But Shavaris is kind of calming down now. She's like, but we're still down to only 3 to go, and I kind of like the 4. I think 4 in a group is better.
I'm headed that way anyway.
Oh,
can you do things? What can you do?
I can kill things.
that sounds handy.
Herrick smiles as much as a lizard can smile. Like,
Well, it is the Underdark.
That's true. I mean, if we're going to have a couple of creepy people around, I guess it's a good place to have them. Not that you two are creepy.
I know the area quite. I know the area quite well.
Oh.
You need someone who can actually. You need someone who can actually find their way and navigate.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm just coming along for the ride because we were trying to avoid some legal trouble.
Tilly kind of raises her brow at that.
Oh, yeah, we should probably mention that evil princes want us dead.
That's not that big a
So
deal.
that's like a problem.
Tilly wasn't even paying attention.
She seems fine with that. Okay.
Like the entire time y'all were going on your spiel about men here, she was just kind of filtering out all of the things that she didn't care about, which was most of it.
Okay. Right.
Can I insight her?
You can insight her. Yeah.
No.
And what does she get out of you for a 4? Pasta.
Whopping 4.
What is she inciting me for?
Well, do I at least notice that she's not paying any attention to what we're saying?
For a 4, I would think that you think I'm paying attention.
What I like about this new person is she's so sharp. Nothing gets fire, and that's what I like. I like to see that. So I mean, we can probably. I gotta rest. And we'll settle up and negotiate with Frank and Patrick. Get going, I guess.
All right. So before you have your rest, you go over details with Frank and Patrick, and they say they'll watch over men here, with the condition that men here is going to have to work for a stay there as long as he's safe. So he's gonna have to tend the bar. Then he's gonna become a bartender.
So good at that.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He might get turned into a bodyguard at some point or another, which is good because as Patrick and Frank kind of explained, now that the gate is gonna open up, business should open kind of explode now. The business has been slow because the gate has been closed, so the usuals haven't been around. But with the gate opening up in a couple of days, it might, business might bring up. They let you know they'll keep any messages from you because you explain that there's going to be a message coming from the city for you all. And otherwise, they'll square up depending on how much damage Menhir does. They'll square up once you get back.
Well, I mean, Menhir was made to take orders, so him work he's gonna be perfectly fine working.
You could say he'll rock it.
Hey!
Hey.
I feel like you should have been a bard of some variety.
I will. I have been in the past, but I'm sure I'll get the opportunity to be a bard. But I've always played a rogue.
Okay.
I like being sneaky.
So yeah, besides that, everything kind of you've been here, so this is your second night at the Grumpy Beard. There's other customers who eventually show up. Not many, but other customers eventually show up, which you haven't seen. You did not see anybody show up yesterday. So, and you do hear through the rumor mill that everyone's very excited that the gates are finally opening up. It's been a very big detriment to the economy of the area that the gates have been closed. No one's been able to go to work. No one's been able to, all the trade is down. No one's getting jobs. The economy has kind of tanked since the gates closed. So everyone's very, very excited. So there's people out and about celebrating the fact that the gates are going to open up. So you do get, again, not a huge crowd, but a fairly sizable amount of people showing up to the Grumpy Beard to celebrate that the gates are opening up at last.
I feel like we should have a better reputation and more fame for this than we're getting.
Are you going to tell everyone that you are? It's like, if you want to tell everyone,
I don't know,
that it was your doing that the gates are opening up.
I think that would be an unwise decision.
Felix is gonna say, round on me, Frank, for all of these people. We got paid today. The gates are open. I've got playing cards. How much around?
A round doesn't cost you too much. A round ends up costing you like 2 gold.
All right.
And then roll me a d20.
Any d20? All right.
Just a plain old d20. You end up making 3 gold from playing cards against people throughout the night.
Nice.
All right. So I'm up 1.
You're up a single gold. Yeah, and people are definitely enjoying, at least because you're the less grumpy of the bunch, are enjoying your company. But you do have even a couple of dwarves who kind of hang around Herrick, wanting to hear more stories about all the creatures that he's taken down. They're very interested in all the creatures you've taken down.
Herrick doesn't understand the fact that he probably shouldn't describe it in detail.
Oh yeah, but the dwarves are eaten up. They're like, oh, you hear gas like, oh goodness, it's great. So people are loving you. Are you leaving Menhir tied up the whole time downstairs?
I will. Well, you know what? I'll give Shavaris a look. Maybe she'll go down because I'm gambling. It's serious business.
Yeah. I'll go downstairs, check on him because he's tied up, isn't he? Or is he just
tied up? I'm wondering if you're going to leave him tied up while you guys are partying upstairs, or if you're going to let him loose.
Well, I guess if he's gonna start something, probably better to have more people to smack him unconscious. So she's gonna let him out and invite him upstairs for a drink. Pour some.
Well, Menhir isn't exactly. He has 5 hit points currently, so he's not exactly feeling like
great.
Hey, great, but like he's probably also. I would also imagine that he's probably a little like he's not gonna go all out. He's probably a little scared of what he might do.
You make it upstairs, and it does not matter how scared you are, because Patrick and Frank are all over you. They are like, "Hey, big guy!" and Brax comes over and hands you an apron. It's like, all right, big guy, first day on the job, you gotta go to that table there, ask them what they want, and then you go take it to them. You got it?
Understood.
All right,
Then
roll me a
you need-
D100.
Oh no.
Yes.
All right,
23.
23. Okay.
This is like the most random wild magic. It's great.
Yes, I love this table. It had so much fun. Okay, for the next 10 minutes, every time the only way that Menhir speaks when he takes orders is to shout them out.
Well, that works out because there's probably loud music and people talking.
Yeah. So you just hear Menhir shouting just for like 10 minutes straight about everything. It's great.
It's not like it's gonna be. It's like, considering the environment and how that is probably fairly loud in here, anyways. It's not that noticeable, probably.
Yeah. It's not the worst. It's not the worst thing you could have rolled, for sure.
At some point, I go over to Menhir and say, Menhir, love your hustle, but you can just ask people what they want. You don't have to like.
I can't stop. I don't want to shout, but I keep doing it.
Shout, you make me want to shout. Put my hands up and shout.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's the middle of the night and I would wake people up, I would actually have shouted.
Oh, okay. So this is like with the singing. Better this than the singing. Much.
Better this than punching.
Oh, honey. I give him a hug. It's like, it's all right. I'm feeling so much better already.
Shavaris
And we're going to go to the gnome city and we're going to find out and bring the guy back and find out what's wrong with you.
because of her Zooms, Shavaris is getting pretty sleepy. So she's going to head up early. She was just running around ridiculously for like an hour. And yeah, so have an early night.
Yeah. So besides that, again, just I'm not sure how Pasta, your character, is going to react to just a crowd of people just partying down.
She doesn't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Herrick is also telling hunting stories.
Yeah, she's too busy listening to what Herrick is talking about. She's interested in the gory details.
You do every once in a while. You do kind of see like a very youngish dwarf kind of come up to you and very shyly like ask you to dance and be like, "Would you be? You would be like a dance would be kind of nice." And
no.
Okay. This, by the way, does not stop other very young dwarfs from coming over. It seems to have become a bit of a game in the bar that people try to see if anyone can coax you out to dance.
And she just simply says, and like bluntly says, no to every single one of them.
Yep. But otherwise, nothing more eventful happens. So you all can do your recharge things that you need to do.
There is one,
including Menhir?
Including Menhir, yes.
there is something that I have to do first.
Yes.
So at some point, I take Frank aside and I say, "Do you have a message thing that I could buy from you?
Like a message spell?
Like a message spell, yeah.
Sending.
You want sending. You probably want sending.
I want sending.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure I can, whichever, that I can send to somebody and I'm not sure where they are exactly."
All right. Third level. Ooh. I think third level still makes it uncommon. But now I'm going to look it up. He does. I will find out how much it would cost in just a second. I just got to look at how much uncommon scrolls cost. Because I think they're uncommon.
Well, uncommons usually cost at most 500 usually.
It's like 500 and then like 250.
And then it's hot. Yeah, it's 250 for consumables.
But let me. I think it's uncommon, but I don't actually know. Give me a
Let
second.
me look it up.
It's in the DM's guide for scrolls. Come here, scrolls. Where are you at? They're probably under S, and I should probably look under S's. Staffs, sandals, scarabs, spell scroll of protection. That's not what I want at all.
Yeah, it's not common.
Spell scrolls, yeah. Second level, yeah. So
Cantrip to 1. Yeah, cantrip to 1 is common. 2 to 3 is uncommon. 4 to 5 is rare, and then so forth and so forth.
Yeah, so he'll sell it to you for 200 because you charmed your way up to.
All right, thank you. So I'm gonna give him the 200, and she goes upstairs, and she says, "Mom, I know it's been a while. I'm still alive. Sorry for everything. You can tell me where you are, and maybe I can find you."
That's more than 25 words.
Yeah, I don't know. So I got as many as I got out there.
I'm gonna have to think of an answer that you get. So you get an answer. R&D doesn't know what that answer is yet, but you get an answer. R&D's gonna have to think about what answer you get for that scroll, but you do get one.
AKA, he's gonna have to think of another new quest.
Yes, more or less.
we have once again derailed things.
By the way, this whole thing started with like, hey, I want to make a dungeon. You all want to crawl through it? Great, cool.
Yeah.
Now it's been like 5 years and snack and the giant robot. Like it's just this was supposed to be like, I have a dungeon idea that I want you all to try. Here, do some math puzzles.
Yeah, you do a lot of math problems.
Yeah. I had to start a world anvil for this to keep track of all the shit. That's where we're at. I'm like, okay, who's this person? Because I forgot because I named him. Also,
how are you liking it? Is it
I like it pretty much. It's a good software, yes. I also had to re-listen to some of these streams to figure out what I said had happened, and I'm like, what did I say happened?
It's really useful for that, isn't it?
It is actually very useful. Yeah. Like the Zim thing, I had to look up what Zim had promised you, and Zim had promised you that if you got him into the city, he would pay you, and I was like, okay, he's gonna come try to pay you that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have. But I had to look up what Zim had promised.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but besides, I'm sorry. Now that we got way off the rails. Yeah. Besides that, the rest of the night goes without a hitch. So, you all are Herrick and Etsley? Are you guys staying in the bearded grumpy beard?
I mean,
yeah, she'll have a room.
She'll have a room. Well. Unfortunately, Patrick and Frank don't know you as well, so you do not get the nice clean rooms that Travaris and Felix get. Your rooms, by the way, are still spotless.
Herrick will take a room as well, and he does not give a fuck that it's dirty. He's used to sleeping on a bedroll out in like some cave out in the Underdark.
Yeah, you ask
care either.
You ask Frank and Patrick for a room. They are so wasted at this point that they say yes, but don't even bother to give you a price. They're just like, yeah, there's rooms upstairs. And there are a lot of rooms upstairs. Again, like the basement, there are more rooms upstairs than there should be rooms upstairs.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah. So you eventually stumble into a room that is not well kept at all, but it's sleepable. So, all right. So, health points are all done and everything done. Next morning, you wake up to nothing because the sun never set and the sun never rose because the Underdark. So you wake up to the same twilight that you have been waking up to the last couple of days, where it did not get dark. But you do. It is a little different than the last night that you were here. The last night that you got up here, you you woke up fairly early to go look for men here, and so you kind of wandered around, and you woke up at that time where people were kind of getting ready for work. This morning, it's a lot louder outside. Like there's people out and about this morning. It's a lot more crowded than at least noise-wise. There's a lot more noise outside than you had experienced the day before. Where before it was kind of a very quiet morning. It's people are like outside in the morning, kind of heading out to whatever people do in the Underdark for jobs.
All right. Well, Shavaris will come down for breakfast or to eat her rations at the table or whatever happens.
Yeah, you can't find Brax or Frank or everything's kind of pretty shut down.
All right. Well, she'll sit at the table and wait for the others to wake up and just eat one of her rations.
I don't know where.
Harrick wouldn't have gotten like that drunk. He will have like a couple of beers maybe, and then so he's gonna be up fairly early too.
Yeah, and then you walk down there, and Shavaris is sitting there eating her rations.
I'll do the same.
Morning.
Morning.
So you know the way to this place we're going?
More or less.
All the consonants? How long should it take to get there?
Like, you can roll me a survival and see how long you think it'll take you to get there.
I do both have the Wanderer thing and Natural Explorer. Like I am very good at like navigation and remembering things. So
good.
18.
Okay. He tells you, it'll, from what you know, it should take you about 3 days if you walk, a little bit less if you decide to, find some other transportation.
Okay.
But things in here in the Underdark, as I'm sure you've already noticed, can get a little weird travel-wise.
Yeah, that person you're talking to, the one who likes to kill things, I think she'll come in handy.
Yes.
And that's when Esteli comes down.
Your ears burning?
Harrick gives her a nod.
She nods back. Sits down.
All right. So I think that just leaves us with Chrissy. If you wanna.
Yeah, she comes down late, but just smiling and hey, everybody, do we need anything before we head out to Flinton?
Do you?
I don't know. Got rations. Got sticks, swords.
Well, don't worry about food. I can get us food.
Okay.
I'm a freshly made character, so I am completely stocked.
I was just birthed out of the nothingness.
The sky just kind of spat my ass out, and I just kind of started walking around.
You hear a plop sound, and suddenly you're there.
You do. You eventually do see Menhir comes up from the basement and in the morning. I know he doesn't need to eat, but he hears the rumblings of people.
Like he wants to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him a hug. Pat the twig, who's more like a tree now. See?
It's like a little bonsai now.
Yes.
Like group hug, group hug.
Bye.
All right, roll me probably your last D100 for a while. Roll me a D100.
And Esteli's not gonna be hugging, by the way.
Neither is Tarek. Like the two people actually know him in here.
Like, okay.
Let's see. You see. So you see sparks come out of the ring around Twig, and all of a sudden, Menhir feels a lot like what Shavaris was feeling yesterday. He feels super energetic out of nowhere. You feel the need to like go clean dishes and get the place ready to open up. You're like, yeah, I gotta do that.
Well, I had to, they told me to do stuff. I have to do stuff. I have work. But stay safe. Stay safe. Really, stay safe. Stay. I don't know why I'm being so all this. Hurry up, please. No.
Shavaris looks at Harrock and says, "Hey, in the Underdark, is it possible to, on the way that we're going, because I know you know where you're going, find a good-sized stick? I'd like to have a second weapon besides my scimitar. I feel like I should have more options than this down here. Are there trees?
There are tree-like things.
Could they be used for like a quarterstaff?
Would I know this?
Yeah, you would. So people in the Underdark don't use trees because there aren't any trees. People in the Underdark use mushrooms, and there's these kinds of mushrooms that are a lot like, at least, well, they're not like trees, but the trunk of them are very similar to trees, as in you can like build with them.
I would love to have a mushroom quarterstaff.
Yes, you can have a mushroom quarterstaff. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, let's go on a mission to get
On the bright side, Herrick also knows this. You are going to head towards a mushroom forest. So.
Perfect. Well, I asked the right person, and we're going in the right direction.
So everything is it's rather than being cellulose and lignocellulose based, it's chitin based.
Yep.
I can't get that above, so I might as well get a souvenir for while I've been down here.
I can help you construct something.
Excellent. Well, it's a deal, friend.
It is.
All right, I think we're ready to head out then. If you wanna.
Everyone got their stuff. Frank and Patrick come out and just say bye to you all. They say, thank you for leaving behind Men here. I'm sure he'll be a great worker. Oh, the guests are gonna have so much fun with him. He's great. You did a great job last night, but you see that little gnome watching. Look, keep an eye on him. Oh, little lady, they might have another gnome who's got an eye on your little Men here. And they both start just giggling about it.
Well, don't let anybody buy in. People try to do that a lot.
Yeah.
And I see Men here. You got to be here waiting for us when we get back.
I will.
And be good for Frank and Patrick.
Understood.
And we'll miss you, honey.
We're gonna go get stuff to get you better.
I know. I'll miss you too.
Aww.
All right, we'll bring you back some pants.
Yeah, we'll find pants for you. You lost all your pants.
I did. All the pants.
Maybe the dwarves can give you some pants if you ask nicely. Or the gnomes.
It's not fun to get them. It's more fun to get them myself.
Well, don't become a pants thief.
It's not technically theft if you kill them. You gotta steal from the dead.
I'm not. It's a fine legal point, but I'm not sure if that's true. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I will kill someone and take their pants for you.
And Silly is intrigued.
There's a lot of backstory there.
Herrick is confused.
We've been together for a while. It's been an interesting group. Shavaris just kind of explains. All right, Herrick and yes.
By the way, just to remind you all, you'll now own a cart that's self-driving.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna go out and see if I can't figure out how to make that work.
You can roll me an Arcana, see if you get better. You see how much better you are at driving it today.
All right, so I'm gonna again
give
use
you guidance.
a lucky point.
A little good tap her, give her a little pat of luck on the shoulder. Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah, you got this down.
I'm like, yeah, it's my ride.
You got this down solid, yeah. So just again, it all seems to work on word command. So there is a little bit of a lag, but you learn how to sort of stop it, make it go, and little few shortcuts about like go 5 miles in a straight line, and it'll pretty much follow the road, and so you don't struggle to get out of the city. You will. Let's take you to the city. So Patrick and Frank are going to kind of more or less tell you which way to go. You can't really go up. You can't take your cart up the switchbacks that you took on the way in because they're switchbacks, and you have a cart. So you actually have to go through. You have to go through one of the main gates into the upper parts of Charleston, which you've been in, but you didn't come in through this gate. You came in, by the way, you came in through here, and the bearded, so the grumpy beard is somewhere in this kind of crappy part of town.
You're on the DM layer, I think.
Am I on the DM layer?
We can't, at least I'm not seeing any.
You guys aren't seeing my pings?
Nope, no pings.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
But it's over by the mushroom-shaped things, or the two-story.
Yeah.
That's the core.
Yeah,
no, we can saw that now. Saw it now.
That was cool.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are down here. Kind of. This is more or less where the grumpy beard is. You actually have to go through by the wall to get out. Every other time you've been up to the wall, you've noticed that there's been kind of like a dead man zone, where there's everything kind of stops and then nobody gets close to the wall. This time, as you approach the wall, the scene here is different. As you go through the city is much more crowded than it's ever been before. For the morning, the couple of days you've been here, the city, while still has people in it, has been pretty empty in comparison to how it is now. There are you have to drive your cart pretty carefully not to run over people. People are just packed on the street now.
Can I run a perception to see if I notice any of the Church of Kronos people?
Mm-hmm. Go for it. Do the thing. You notice that the Church of Kronos people are around, but they're not. They've been captured by the drow, and most of them seem to be being you don't notice them until you get kind of to the nice part of the city. Most of them seem to be shackled up and ready to be sold into slavery. And you would know this as somebody who lives in the Underdark. They're humans. I think everyone who you met that was ever part of the Church of Kronos was human. And so you see,
except for Percival.
Except for Persimmon, but you've never seen Persimmon. Herrick has never seen Persimmon.
No.
So everyone who you saw at the execution, who was part of the Church of Kronos, who was wearing the blue robes with the white trimming, were all humans. And they are there. They're just now all shackled up, ready to be probably sold into slavery. And now, rather than that big gaping stretch of no man's land between the wall and everything else, it is packed with people of all shapes and sizes: humans, tieflings, orcs, half orcs. Everyone's there. The very odd half elf. Definitely no elves, but you do kind of notice a couple of half elves kind of hanging around. And there are I don't know if border cities are the same way in the States as they are in the Europe as they are in the States. But there's basically, off of those stairs, there is just a long line of people ready to get into the wall, and all around them are vendors. So there's food vendors and artisans, and just people are hawking shit to the people trying to get into the city. There seems to be some sort of checkpoint to be able to get into onto the staircase to be able to get into the wall. There's a much shorter line at the end, which is where you guys are going, to leave the city. So currently to get into the city, you estimate you'd probably have to sit in line for a couple of hours to be able to get into the city. To be able to leave the city, it's a much simpler process. Once you kind of get past the crowd of people, your cart can kind of move at a brisker pace, and you make it up to the gate. And there's a couple of drow soldiers sitting at the gate. The gate is big enough to easily accommodate your cart. No problem. Probably a couple of a cart that was at least 2 or 3 times size your size could easily make it through the gate they have there. And the cart looks over and just kind of guy seems bored and just like, are you taking any fruits or vegetables with you?
Yeah, Shavaris just
No.
sort of shrinks into her cloak. She doesn't want to start anything.
Well, can they even see her? Like it's a covered cart, right? It's a closed cart.
I mean, they can. I'm assuming Felix is driving, so she's at the front.
Yeah.
But they're inspecting the cart, not very like super inspecting, just kind of looking in, like. Okay. Well, you all got, what's your reason for leaving the city? He doesn't really seem to care about your answers. He's just asking the questions to ask the questions. He's like, all right, well, good luck on your trips. You are now leaving the city of Chowslin. Very much does not care about doing this job. And so you head out. You are now out of Chowslin yet again, heading towards Flinton. Are we heading straight to Slinton, or do we what is our plan on our trip to Slinton?
Well,
I mean,
how
I don't see why we wouldn't be.
3 days. 3 days.
3 days. Yeah.
Walking, but I don't know how long we're going to be able to ride in the cart. I mean,
on the cart, you'd probably be able to make it on 2 days, as long as you don't bump into anything like any giant gaping holes or anything.
Okay.
I don't trust that.
You don't trust the lack of gaping?
That was too specific.
I would not put a giant gaping hole in front of you at all. That was not a planned thing at all.
At all.
In any way at all.
No, I would
wink,
never.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I would never.
Well, look, there's a hole.
It's not gaping, it's just a hole.
It's just a little hole, it's fine. It's fine.
Watch it be a mole.
Yeah, I genuinely like are you just gonna do you want to just beeline it? So I guess at more of a meta narrative thing. Do you want to just beeline it there, or do you actually want to
have an encounter kind of opportunity?
Yeah. So a lot like how Chrissy does things. Do you want to just fast track it there, or do you actually want to roll on the table and see if you bump into things?
Definitely see if we bump into anything. Like it's an Underdark. Like it's dangerous. Like.
Yes, and we've got it. We're on a mission to find me a quarterstaff made of mushroom bark.
Yeah, we are.
Or so whatever.
Yes.
It is.
All right. Yeah. So if that's if that's what you want to do, we can definitely. I have things ready for either one, which is mostly why I'm asking. I just preference for the players. What would you like to do? Okay. So with that said, roll me a survival Herrick to see if how long it takes you to find a good mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the first few hours out of Chowslin are pretty uneventful. You kind of see the same, like you've been down here long enough that you are super tired of these dumb gray walls and these dumb gray tunnels and just gray tunnel after gray tunnel after gray tunnel. It's just so boring. But eventually, as you're riding around, you find yourselves in the cave. Just opens up and you see giant mushrooms everywhere, phosphorescent or small mushrooms that are just glowing, and just everywhere. The cave just is huge. There's just, if you were to look up, you're pretty sure that it's a couple of miles up to the roof of this cavern that you bumped into. You see little bugs flirting, skirting around the grass. A lot of them kind of glowing. You see these fun little, if you've ever been in the Midwest in the summer, you get to see kind of firefly-ish creatures just kind of, buzzing around. And
fireflies live like there are fireflies in Europe as well, right?
Well, no,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Are there?
Yeah, there are.
Are there? Okay.
Yeah,
they're not a thing in California, so I didn't bump into them until I went to the Midwest. So I wasn't sure like how predominant they were in the rest of the world.
No, we have them here too.
There are so many fireflies here.
Yeah, and then, I know that they're in the Midwest and in the South, but like in growing up in California, I was just like, the fuck is a firefly? And then I went to the Midwest and I'm like, that's a firefly. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. So I wasn't sure how predominant fireflies were.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So personal experience. But yes, so there's these creatures kind of glowing. It's mating season for whatever creatures these are. So you see this extravagant show of lights. Some of them are kind of your traditional like on-off kind of yellowish light, but some of them go like full out like blues and purples and these like they flicker on and off, and you see this one big, almost looks like a butterfly, just spread its wings, and it shimmers and colors, and then it shuts them off. And in this forest, eventually, it takes him a while. Herrick is being very, very picky about what mushroom, but he finds a rather squat mushroom compared to some of the other ones. But he says he points to that one and tells you that's a good mushroom right there.
All right, excellent. I don't think I have anything to cut it down except my scimitar. Do I have anything with me? Leather armor, bedroll?
Well, if we. So this, like, technically, in the rules, it doesn't say, like, technically it has to be an actual, like, monster I've slain, but I do have the cunning artisan feature from Lizard Folks where if I have a dagger, I can construct things.
Do you have, for Herrick, he just makes things using his dagger, and
okay,
like that's it. He doesn't have artisan tools, does he, of any sort?
No, I don't. Like if I have a dagger or artisan tools, like appropriate artisan tools, I can make a shield, a club, or a javelin, or darts out of a slain beast, construct, dragon, monstrosity, or plant creature of size small and larger. So like that's what the actual I can take an hour as part of a short rest to construct things.
Okay. Does anyone else have any sort of artisan tools? Woodworking tools would be the best, but I will accept any artisan tools.
I think she just wants a heavy stick. She's not so worried about the aesthetics of it, because so in terms of that, she's okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So Herrick, with disadvantage, because you're good at this, but this is not. This thing's not alive. So you're a little like.
I mean, it is, but it's not a monster.
It's not a monster.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't know what to do with it.
She gives her a little pat and gives guidance.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want me to?
Oh, that's a really great question. What do I want you to do? So what is your high stat? Your high stat is
strength.
You can do, and it looks like you're mostly good at. Okay. You can do a survival with your strength instead of your wisdom.
Oh,
you're gonna cut down. You're gonna cut down a giant ass. Well, not a giant, but you're gonna cut down.
So that's this plus one.
Yeah. So you can roll your survival +1 with disadvantage.
Plus a 4.
Plus a D4. Plus a thing.
Plus a D4.
So 14 plus a D4.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, Herrick sits there and a lot smoother than you'd expect it to. Chops down this mushroom and sits there. He brings it onto the cart, and he's it's going to take you a while to get it shaped into a proper staff, but eventually, as you are wandering down the mushroom forest, he comes out with you with a pretty decent quarterstaff for you.
Ooh, she's fascinated.
Yeah, if unlike a wooden quarterstaff where you can kind of see the grain going up and down the staff, as you look at it, you see like this hexagonal pattern on it. Herrick has done a really good job at like making it nice and smooth, but you can see that it doesn't have grain. Yeah, it's this hexagonal pattern that you see rather than grain.
Wow, she's fast. Yeah, just like, whoa, this is amazing. This is
Oh,
so
so
cool.
it's the that's interesting. It's the other way that I would have expected. Okay.
Yeah, you got yourself a decent quarterstaff.
Woohoo, quarterstaff. But hey, actually, it was $1.25 quarterstaff, but I'm not telling him what I paid for it. That's a Bugs Bunny. That's a Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck joke when they were being Robin Hood. Yeah. That's actually a pretty funny episode. I'd recommend it.
Otherwise, your trip for the most part continues unabated for the first night. Eventually, you do. You find that as you go down the tunnels, some of them are they're starting to be lit by artificial light. So a lot of the tunnels that you've been on are lit by like mushrooms or crystals, or just not lit at all. They're just kind of dark tunnels. But you all have torches and whatnot, so you just light up a torch. Or
I think we all have dark vision. Actually,
you have dark vision, so it's not like it's super inconvenient, but. At some point, you actually reach an area that's you start to notice that the stone is not just kind of natural stone, but it seems to be some sort of stonework, just bricks and whatnot. So I can get you a cart. And there's torches. There's torches kind of lining the wall.
So we're coming from this direction.
Over here. I'm gonna get you a cart. There's your cart.
Oh.
That's on the wrong layer. Go to the token layer, cart.
Oh.
There's your cart. That's too big.
Oh, it's a little rickshaw.
It's a little rickshaw. But that is your cart right there. Ready for action.
Nice.
Yeah. So you come out from there into eventually a bridge. Again, similar material to what your quarterstaff is. It's kind of like wood, but not really wood. And you do see a couple of... What languages do you all speak?
Oh, let's see. Common, Draconic, Undercommon, and Drow.
Okay.
I speak Abyssal,
Drow.
Draconic, and Common.
Abyssal, Draconic.
What has she got?
Okay.
Druidic, Elvish, Goblin, Orc. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, also I have Thieves' Cant too.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're one of those. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're one of those.
I'm one of those people.
We don't take kindly to your kind around here.
You do. So, Herrick, you can read this because it is, in fact, in Drow. There seems to be some sort of beyond this bridge. There's a sign that kind of mentions that this seems to be some sort of cemetery that you're entering.
I let the rest of the party know. Cemeteries in the Underdark are never a good thing.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have our guard up. Be on guard.
I'm always on guard.
Okay.
Literally, that is life.
You can't be surprised.
Yeah, I cannot be surprised. I literally have a feed.
Are you all gonna approach the cemetery area? Just gonna go.
I send Petunia out to sort of just as an owl to sort of do a swoop around.
Oh yeah, I forgot Petunia can be whatever. Petunia, Petunia does her rounds. She doesn't come back with really any news besides, there seem to be some stones that look like they're nicely arranged.
Yeah. So, sounds great. I think it's going to be really interesting to see the I don't think I've ever been to a drow graveyard before. I mean, it's interesting to see the different burial rites
I'm sure it'd be
and
totally
funeral
safe.
services of other cultures. I think it's important to have an appreciation.
Well,
And,
I mean, I guess there's some interest in how different cultures waste their dead.
what do you guys do with yours?
Use them, eat them. They're so. That is what. Yeah, that's what the fuck do.
What do your people taste like?
I would not know. I have never had to eat. Have never been in a position to eat. Not a lizard folk.
Oh. Do you want to?
No. Like, it's not like I have a need or want to do it. But food is food.
True. Do me a favor. If I'm ever dead, don't eat me.
He gives you a weird look. Okay.
If you want, I will promise to eat you if you die. If that's your preference.
It's not a preference. It's a matter of not letting resources go to waste.
Frog legs. Well, come on, let's head forward. I'm sure this will be just fine. You guys can talk about eating each other later. Oh no. Sorry, I think I accidentally dropped out, so I have to go back. Hold on just a second, I just need to rejoin. Do-do-do.
She doesn't care.
Sorry about that, I dropped out for a second. I didn't mean to.
You missed a perfectly normal conversation.
Okay.
About
I heard the death rights thing and I joked about frog legs, but
oh yeah, we heard that.
okay.
Yeah.
Right, we're back on track.
Cool.
Yeah.
Forward, I guess.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure this is perfectly safe, you guys.
Yeah. It's a cemetery. What could go wrong in a cemetery?
Everything.
As you make it to the cemetery, you do, as you look around, there aren't any gravestones like you would find in the overworld. Like, people don't seem to do that. They seem to kind of really nicely arrange stones to make little like stone sculptures out of them. But there's some that are kind of standing on end, and just really nice little piles of stones. And you do see offerings at a lot of them. So you see like jams and dried fruits and just all sorts of little trinkets kind of left behind, honoring what the people who are currently buried here. But yeah, no, besides that, you do learn a little bit more about drow culture. They do bury their dead, but they also seem to celebrate them with by leaving behind some mementos for them.
They make con. Mm-hmm. That's what the pile of stone for burying is called. In case
I know. Yeah. And so you spend the rest of your day kind of traveling. At night, Herrick goes out and does his thing and hunts you down some big old bugs that he finds, because that's what the Underdark is full of playing. So you spend your time traveling up here. The crystals.
See the
here.
Yeah, from the top. So you have made it down this tunnel into the cave. Opens up into another big wide cavern. In front of you sits almost like fields and fields of crystals, as if somebody is sitting here farming crystals. So they're arranged like you typically would arrange, like if you were out in a flower field. It's like flower fields of crystals in front of you. Yeah, so they have just everything in front of you. It's just fields and fields of crystals of all shapes and colors in front of you. You have made it to Snuffleton.
Oh, wow. Cool.
As a gnome, do I know what's going on here?
I mean, they are farming crystals. They grow these as part of it's probably used for components for magic spells and whatnots. They're probably used for tinkering tools. Each crystal color does, their resistors, and they do different things and have different properties. But this is just a very big crystal farm. And you're kind of at the outskirts of the city, so there's probably, there's you see up ahead kind of a wall that differentiates kind of the other parts of the city, but
This
nobody.
the wall?
Yeah, those are the walls, and there's more than one entrance into it. You do see every once in a while kind of a stone building sitting there. You can't quite see, gnomes are kind of short, so you can't quite always see them, but every once in a while you do kind of see like a little tiny hand pop up and prick a crystal off and put it away. So people are working here, just picking crystals and putting them away, and seems to be a very busy little outskirts of the city that you're in.
I cast Disguise Self. I'm going to be a gnome, but I'm just going to look different. I look nicer and cuter and a little less grimdark. And let's see. And I cast non-detection every day, so nobody can peek in on me. So I'm like, yeah, I guess we should check the place out.
Okay, yeah, we're looking for saccharin, right?
Yeah, we're looking for sugar.
Pour some sugar on me. Well, do we remember where saccharin was based or located or ran a business or?
All we were told is that he was in Flinton.
Okay.
There can't be that many sacharins in Flinton.
That's true.
No, is it a common gnome name?
No, it really is
Tilly
not.
see any gnomes nearby?
Say what?
Does Tilly see any gnomes nearby that she can like talk to?
I mean, you see the gnomes kind of out in the fields picking crystals. So you see them.
How far away are
These
they?
gnomes are on meth.
You'd have to walk out into the field to be able to get their attention. You mostly see like tiny little hands kind of pop. The crystals get pretty big, pretty tall, and it's just kind of grabbing the edges of the crystals and breaking them off. So you kind of just it's like a wheat field, and you just kind of see a little hand kind of pop up, grab a crystal, and then pop back down. But you'd have to, they're about 30 feet from the road to be able to see the nearest one.
Okay, so while they're all talking, she's just gonna walk up to one of the gnomes and just go, "Hey, where's this one guy?"
I don't know. I don't. What'd you say his name was?
R&D. What's his name again?
Saccharin.
Saccharin.
Like sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah. Muffin, since you keep saying sugar, that's what I thought his name was. Because that's what my name more.
That is literally what his name means.
Well, not in American.
No, in American, saccharin is a sugars.
No, in American it means not real sugars. It means fake.
Not real sugars.
Yeah, like if I
It's
say
not
it's
American
saccharin,
It's very appropriate that he's a crystal. He lives in a crystal farm.
Yes, Crystal Light.
Crystal
Crystal Light lemonade.
So the little gnome just kind of looks at you confused. Maybe you should talk to the foreman. I just pick the crystals. I don't. Ask
Where's
the foreman. He kind of points you down the road quite a bit, like down there. Just keep following the road. You'll bump into the warehouses. The foreman's usually there.
Thank you. She just walks off.
Well, I guess we go that way.
And then she just wanders up to the group and goes, "We gotta find the foreman. He's that way."
Nice.
Maybe you shouldn't do the talking.
You're kind
Why
of
not?
scary.
I got the information.
You got the information that we need to talk to the foreman. That's not the information.
Well, the
I'm just
foreman
saying-
knows where the sugar guy is, so
He might or he might not. I'm just saying I'm a gnome.
at
Right.
this point, Till just walks off toward where the foreman is.
She's a delight. Delight.
We might have to switch out Scrags. That's great. Every group needs a
I gotta tell
Scrags.
you,
I mean, you basically have two now.
You basically have 2 scrags right now.
Yeah. Like, Shavaris is just watching Felix going, oh, shit.
This is what
It's just a little bit more of a dick than Haruk.
Just a reminder, you all are being hunted down because of Scrags.
That's true.
We pissed off a time cat, and now you all are
Oh, I don't know
down.
what you're talking about.
We're also being hunted because of the king.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Who is trying to find Scrags because Scrags is the only one who saw him kill the princess.
That's true.
It's all Scrag's fault.
It's all the
really
Scrags.
is.
I'm a little annoyed that he's not here because it's all his fault. But...
And he completely ditched us, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Nope.
So that's why I was like, hey, if you see Scrags, tell him to go to the crime gate. Let him deal with that situation. But I don't think it's going to work. Anyway.
We'll just have to kill the king ourselves.
If you all make it, if you all follow Etsley along the road, she eventually makes it to a set of buildings, like fairly big buildings. You see carts being pulled again by those same kind of big beetle-y creatures that you saw Zim Van Zim use to pull his carts around. Being pulled around, dumping merchandise or crystals into these big buildings. So yeah, there's definitely gnomes hanging around working. Not sure what you all want to do with them.
Does one of them look foreman-like?
Foreman-like.
Like which one of them looks like they're in charge?
For Manly?
Which one of you? You can do a perception check to see what you spot.
I will help out.
There is one of them who looks a little bit way bossier than like constantly giving unnecessarily giving instructions. Like there's a gnome walking towards one of the buildings, and he's like, "You get that over there!" And the gnome just looks at him. It's just like, "That's where I was going, boss." Like, and he's just consistently giving unnecessary instructions to people doing their job. And you spot that gnome. That gnome is giving a little micromanaging on that gnome.
Great. One of the things that is Tilly doesn't like.
It's micromanagers.
No, it's people who like get to give information repeatedly.
Okay.
So she's just gonna walk up to him and go, "Hey, are you the foreman?
I'm busy right now. What do you want?
I want to know where the sucrose guy is."
The what?
Sucrose?
Saccharin.
Saccharin? The sugar guy,
Saccharin.
whatever his name is.
And depending if there's an E on the end or not, it either means it's either the sweetener or it means pertaining to sugar.
Yeah, there's saccharin and then saccharin, I think.
Saccharin. What's he do? Like there's like a billion saccharin. Bob, what's your cousin's name? Saccharin. hey Jim, what's your second brother-in-law's name? Saccharin. There's like a million Saccharin. What does he do?
Magic.
He just looks at you. Lady, you see these fields? These magic fields.
No, I don't see any fields. Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay.
She's just gonna be difficult at this point.
Look here, lady. That's what we do here. We do magic. You got a magic component? I can give you a magic component. Everyone does magic here. Hey, Bob, do that magic thing. And Bob just like makes a little fireball in his hand, and puts it away, and then continues to carry crystals around. Everyone does magic, lady. Like,
we're talking about someone more powerful than that.
All right, help me out here, lady. What kind of magic?
I guess it would have helped if you listened to the conversation.
She's gonna wave to her friends like, y'all know more about this asshole than I do. Like,
Oh, you're on your own, kid. You know.
Yeah, go.
Go for it.
Let's see your investigation, your persuasion skills. I'm sure you're super persuasive.
asshole.
You know what? Maybe next time we should let me do the talking because I'm a freaking spurfneblin noob and I know these about people. Just saying, you know.
Okay, we'll go ahead then.
Alright, so I go up to the guy and I'm like, hey, what's your name?
What is his name? There's a question. There's a question.
Is it
Name's
saccharin?
Stefan.
Hi, Stefan. I'm Sam.
How you doing?
I'm
You
alright.
looking for work or something?
Well, first we gotta find this guy Saccharin. He's good with constructions. He's really sharp with that. He's a good friend of our
Sim.
Frank Patrick.
Frank and Oh, I love those guys. From Jocelyn, right? The
Yeah.
beard- Oh,
The droid,
Those are
yeah.
some of my friends.
oh, and you hear a couple of guys. Oh, Frank, tell him I'll be back to pay my tab in a month.
No.
Oh yeah. We delivered to Frank and Patrick all the time. Yeah. But you're looking for that Saccharin. Oh yeah, he likes to build all the crazy shit. Ooh. I think he keeps his shop. You got to go through the wall, and then it's called the what is it called? Over by the windows. That's the name of the district over there. You near the south. It's this district called the Windows. They sell all sorts of jewelry and stuff. But yeah, Saccharin's got a shop there. Yeah, he makes all sorts of constructs. Likes to make like little birds and shit for the women. They like the little toy birds.
Oh, hey, come on. Everybody likes a little toy bird. You got a wife? You gotta bring her a little toy bird.
Exactly. Or hey, you're interested in a crystal? I bet. Oh, crystals are the best. This is some cheap ass shit, but you know what? You shine them up. Oh, the ladies love them.
They are pretty. Come on. You know, us ladies, we don't ask much. Just a little something.
Yeah, but just go to the windows. You'll ask for him there. He's got a shop there somewhere.
All right. Thank you so much. I will remember this, Stefan. And I'll tell Frank that to keep a little extra something special on the tap for you.
Thank you.
All right. So I give my drowned friend a look, and then
The funny thing is I'm not even a drow. I just kind of look like one.
There's a reason she has fangs.
Yeah. Would I have noticed that? I probably would have noticed that then.
You can do a perception to see if you notice that she's not actually a drow.
Shavaris is like watching all this kind of dynamic because she's been in the forest, so watching all of the politics of how humanoids interact is sort of fascinating, and yeah, she's a little bit scared.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, she's definitely not a drow.
Okay.
She's definitely not a drow. What she is? Are you gonna make? How obvious are you gonna make it what you are?
You can hide it from us. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure my slitted eyes and scales are pretty noticeable.
Yeah, she's a So yeah, with that kind of chick, she's a Yuan T.
Shavaris has no idea what that is.
Oh. Okay. All right. Those are sneaky people.
You now have two emotions. As I said, you have two emotionless reptile people.
Yep.
Great.
There's a reason why they were bonding so well.
Fabulous. All right. Well, let's make it out to the windows then.
Yeah. Let's get the cart. Oh, well, you have to drive the cart. Nobody else can figure it out for you but you.
Sure.
So there you go.
Strange name for something underground.
Mm-hmm.
They have windows underground.
Why would you need windows? It's not like you just have the it's not like there's gonna be more light outside than inside.
Oh, I don't know. People want to see.
Yeah, you want to see outside your house. You want to
get a good view.
Yeah, that's fair.
You need a good view here and there. So you make it to the bottom gate. There's some guards there, and not quite as intense as Chowslin, but there's definitely a line of people waiting to get into this part of the city. So you're gonna have to sit in line for a little bit. Psycho, I hope you have card games with you.
Is the gate big enough to get the card through?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
No, it could. It's.
I don't want to leave it.
It's like a four. No, it's like a 4-lane highway if it were modern times.
Okay.
It's pretty big. There's a lot of traffic coming in and out of it, but you have to sit there and sit through the queue as they inspect all the wagons and stuff. So again, you make it up to the gate, and the gnome at the front says, "State your business."
We're here to see Saccharin.
That means nothing to me. Are you here to buy, sell? What are you doing?
We're here to negotiate a price.
Okay, we're buying. Okay, sounds good. You got any fruits or vegetables in the cart?
No, we got some bug meat.
Bug meat. Okay. Do you have a fever, cough, or have you?
Here's your face covering.
You must wear a face mask.
Can you show
forward?
Can you show a negative COVID test?
In the last 4 days.
Yeah.
Last 4 days.
We're so topical.
I know. Look at. But no.
Dating this dream.
Yes.
Sometime in 2020.
Yeah, sometime 2021 probably.
Yeah.
The way things are going.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 2020 and 2030.
There we go. But yeah, so no fruits and vegetables. Are you bringing anything in for trade?
No.
Yeah. Jim here is going to inspect the cart. Standard stuff. Don't worry about it. Jim kind of, just looks around, kind of crawls under the cart, doesn't see anything. He looks at the front and says, Huh. Where's your, well, they're spilling this thing. That's, oh, that's super great. You should go visit Sakura, and I bet he'd love it.
You know what? That's a great idea. I think we will. Thanks.
At this point, Lee just kind of places her hand on her face. She doesn't face palm. It's more of a very calm face palm.
And the gnome looks in the back and just kind of sees the three of you and just kind of gives you a little look over and says, "All right, yeah, they're good to go. Nothing here." Like, okay,
quite strange arrangement of people.
There's 2 reptiles and a druid in the back.
Yeah.
And the guard does give you a slip and says, "We close the gates at nightfall. You're gonna need this to get back if you want to leave." And he gives you like a slip of paper that says, for travelers, and has your race and whatnots, and information about your cart and whatnots. Hand us the guard on your way out.
Thank you, sir. We definitely will. All right.
Lets you back in. Lets you in. The part of the city that you're now in, actually, so you saw very few buildings on the way in. You saw kind of the warehouses, but mostly it was just fields of crystals. Now that you're past the walls, you see what would be more traditional in a city. Like, there are genuine buildings here, mostly made out of stone, but you do see kind of that same woody, mushroomy stuff that you've been seeing before. Just stone seems to be the popular material to make things out of in the Underdark, because there's a lot of it. So you see a lot of big stone buildings. You see right at the past the entrance of the gate is very tourist trappy. So you have big signs for crystals for sale. A couple of theaters with you see some very scantily clad gnomish ladies kind of pulling at the other travelers coming by. It's like, come here, buddy, we'll show you a good time. And it's just a little bit on the sketchy side, but it's very tourist crappy. Lots of people kind of trying to get your attention. Hey, check out this pretty necklace I got for you. I got all the best herbs. You do see a couple of people kind of spot Herrick and give him an eye and kind of be like, hey, I got some things you might like over here, buddy.
Like
so
what?
Guy opens up his like trench coat, and he's got a bunch of vials full of different color liquids on it.
I don't like. I just ignore him.
People said trench coat. I was like, oh gosh, flasher.
You do have a couple of gnomes. Like, every time you stop, there's a few gnomes come out and like start to like polish up your cart and stuff, and give it a good cleaning. And one of them kind of stands in front of you with his hands out, waiting for.
Felix tosses him a couple coppers.
But otherwise, besides just kind of the annoyance of being in a tourist trap, not much exciting happens, unless you guys want to stop for anything. I'm sure you know where you're going, so I don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going, so I don't know where you're going.
That's fair.
So when people come out and they're washing and then they want something, she tosses them a couple of coppers and then she leans in and says, hey, we're looking for Sakura, the guy who builds the shit.
Eventually, most of them kind of like shrug and it's like, don't know. But eventually one of them says, yeah, it's just a couple blocks down the street on the right. Has a picture of a sign. It's got a big metal owl on it. You can't miss it.
Keep an eye out.
I give him silver. Thanks a lot. And we make it over to there.
Yeah, so eventually it takes you a couple blocks. You make it to It's the building's a little bit nicer kept up than kind of the surroundings. Like the paint is a little fresher and whatnot. But otherwise, it's again all the area that you're in is very tourist traffic. Big windows showing off crystals and herbs and whatnot. And there's people standing outside buildings trying to get coax people in. Hey, come check out. You come in for free, and you get this special necklace. All you got to do is just come on in, check some stuff out. But yes, most of the street is just big windows full of artisan goods and spices and crystals and mushrooms and anything that you could think of that would be kind of magically oriented. You will find there is a wand shop and a staff shop and all sorts of things. And one of the buildings, the windows are a little bit smaller, but you do see that big, almost clockwork owl on the sign. And unlike the rest of the shops, though, this one appears the door is locked and the lights are off on the inside.
What? We came all this way and he's not there? This is bullshit. That's in character. That's not me in real life. Shavaris' ass is really, really bumped up from sitting in this cart riding in it the whole time. So she's...
I'm gonna go over and knock on the door.
Nothing happens.
Any signs? Gone fishing or closed until further notice? Anything like that?
No, the shop just seems to be pitch black.
Does it have a big window too?
Yeah, it has a pretty big window, yeah.
Okay, can I look in and see what does the shop look like inside?
Yeah. You look inside. You kind of have to do that thing where you cup your face, which is hard for lizards. So you kind of cup one eye at a time.
Well, I do the thing that lizards do when they looks intensely at one thing. They do it with one eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you cup your little lizard hands on one eye and look through the window. It seems to be full of all sorts of the big thing you notice first that there seems to be a lot of clocks in this shop, and then the other thing is a lot of clockwork little animals. You see little cats and mice and owls just kind of perched up everywhere. The clocks are running, but besides that, it seems like it was kept up really nicely. Just nobody's in it, so just the lights are off.
Are there shops next door?
Yeah.
Maybe we could ask.
Let's go ask. So we go in and we go into the shop next door.
Yeah. The shop next door seems to be a jewelry store.
I'll stay with the cart so no one steals it.
You still remember from when we got robbed at the last game?
Well, there's also the fact that we're riding around in a magical cart and
you are riding around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna somewhat follow my train of thought and have it still inspect the lock on the door.
Yeah, sure. You can investigate that.
Yeah, I could.
If you want.
Roll
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a solid lock. It's a little weird of a lock. You've never, your locks. And this is a weird lock. It definitely has a key to it, but it doesn't seem to have the pins and bars that you're kind of used to. It's a little bit bulkier than other locks too. Probably some clockwork shit is going on in there that you don't quite understand.
She's gonna ponder to herself and then lean against the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, every once in a while, kind of a gnome kind of stops by and kind of inspects the cart, and you do kind of get a little not a crowd, but 2 or 3 people are just kind of admiring. It's like when you have a Porsche out on the street. And,
yeah.
What's that? That's fancy looking, but nobody really tries anything. They just kind of, if cell phones existed, they'd probably try to take a selfie. They don't. You go into the jewelry shop, and there's a gnome in there with unnecessary amounts of chain gold chains around his neck. Like just an unnecessary amount of chains on his neck. And he spots you. Yeah, and he smiles at you, and one of his teeth is gold with a little diamond in it. Oh, he's just like, oh, look at what lovely ladies. Look at all my good wares. Oh, you would look great in this emerald. You, my little friend, how about this ruby? Oh, you would be fantastic in it.
Delightful. I am. Well, before we get looking at these beautiful things, can we? You know that guy Sakrin from the place next door?
Oh,
you know where
yeah.
he is?
Oh, he said he's closed up shop like a week ago. He said something about some temple that had some gadget things. You know those tinkering gnomes. They like to find gadgets. Said he was gonna go find one. That was a week ago though. He's never gone this long.
Do you know where the temple was?
Temple. Oh, yeah. It's oh, there's oh, what's the name? Sorry, give me a second.
That's fine.
I had this name written down and I forgot to put it in the right spot. There's the Strauss. They have this manor a little bit south of here. The oh gosh, Jurians.
Are they friendly types, the drows?
I know they're drows. Maybe not to you, pretty girl, but you know, they're pretty. They're out near them. That's near their manor. There's a old temple out there. He says he figured out a way in.
Oh, terrific! That is great. Boy, I'm happy to hear that. You got anything black?
Black. He goes out and pulls this obsidian ring. It's about your size. It actually it's this gnome shop, so it is actually meant for a gnome. It's got a gold band and then like a nice flat obsidian on top of it that's just solid black.
Ah, that is thing of beauty. How much you want for that?
That little ring, not too much. I think for you, 10 gold for you.
Would you do 8?
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Not my highest skill.
Well, how about I do you 9?
9 it is, my friend.
Shavaris
All right, so.
walks. Oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but Shavaris is like looking for quartz. Quartz. So she kind of like shows her quarterstaff and says, "Do you have any kind of like stone with a sticky bit on, like, you know, pointy bit, where I could like take some wire and put it on the top of this to kind of make it a bit stabby?"
Well, that's an interesting proposition there.
A technical challenge.
You know what? How about this? And he goes into whoops, wrong thing. Oh, goodness.
Or like a round one to knock people on the head with.
Yeah. Your stick there's pretty good, but it's a little rough on the edges there. There's a mushroom farm, kind of to the north of the city. There's we grow mushrooms here, big mushrooms. There's a mushroom carver out there. Her name is Gloria. She might be able to, you know, help you out. Maybe get a little stone fitted on there. Tell him what is your name? Tell him Roosevelt sent you.
Right. Will do, Roosevelt.
She can probably fix that little stick up for you, and maybe get you something that's a little bit more fitting for you.
All right, so Gloria over at the mushroom farm, the mushroom carver.
Yeah, the mushroom carver. Yeah, tell her I got a good stone for you. It'll be 15 gold from my part, and she might charge you a little bit more to fix up the stick, but I got a stone for her that'll be a good fit.
All right, well, you want me to take it with? You want me to buy it now and take it with?
She'll send word. If you go to her, she'll send word, and
Okay.
We'll work it out.
And is it on the way to this temple as well?
No, you're gonna have to travel a little bit north for that.
Okay. Well, all right.
So it's all in the city, though. City's not that big.
Oh, okay. It's not outside the city. It's here in our
No.
way.
The mushroom farms, everything's in the city. We don't. You probably met the guards. We don't really trade with the outside too much. We send things out. We don't bring things in.
Okay. All right. Good to know. If we get over there, I'll talk to Gloria and let her know.
Hey, is there an inn? We should probably get a nice rest before we go out traveling again.
Yeah. Let's see. What kind of price range you thinking?
Nothing fancy. But clean with nice snacks.
Yeah.
Roll
Nice
snacks.
snacks.
Oh, this.
Let's see. How about there is the there's the Fine Crew Inn. They're just a little bit north of here, near the mushroom farms. Not too pricey, but you get a nice view of the mushroom farms from it.
That sounds delightful. Thank you, sir, and thanks for the ring. It's beautiful.
Yeah, come on back. We'll see you back here for that stone of yours. We'll get you something nice for that quarterstaff.
Yeah. Once
All right.
we track down Sakharin and get him back to his shop.
Yeah. I missed that guy. He's a good man.
All right. Well, I guess we've probably been traveling most of the day, and we had to wait in line, and then we got lost, and we had to ask around. So it's probably maybe had time to head to the inn.
I think so.
Yeah, and I think this might be a good time to stop for.
Yes, we came all this way for a guy to not be here.
I mean, it was
That's
never
our
gonna
luck.
be that easy.
No, I guess.
It was never going to be that easy. He is 100% true.
It's
I will-
never that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D is D&D campaigns are basically just we need to do this, and to do that we need to do this, and
Yeah.
to do that we need to do this.
It's like a
It's just
1001 Nights. Every
It's an
story
endless-
starts another story.
It's an endless string of like complications.
Well, that was an interesting session. All kinds of. I'm glad that we figured out as much about men here as we did. That was, I think, good teamwork. And
Yeah.
so, and Harrock has a friend.
Yeah.
It's so weird for me to play someone who's an asshole. I'm so used to playing someone who's dumb and ditzy and.
Oh, so kind of stretching your role playing here.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah.
It is. Maybe they'll break you down and they can be friendly too.
Eventually, we'll wear her down and she'll be nice.
Yeah. You can only have so many random drinks at a bar before you know
She's
what.
friendly. She's friendly towards Harold.
Yeah, maybe once we kick some ass, she'll respect us more. She hasn't really seen us work yet, so. All right. Well, then. Yeah.
Yep.
I will wrap up the recording bit. So, yes, until, I guess, same time next week, right?
No, live.
No.
Tuesday. We're going one day earlier, right?
Yeah, so we're way off because today is Thursday, not Wednesday.
Correct.
Or
So,
at least Thursday for me, but yes.
yes.
So we are going to be a day earlier.
Correct.
Moving forward.
Yes. So it would be
Yeah.
Tuesday your guys' time, and Wednesday morning ours.
Yes.
So come back a day early, and see if we can track down Sakharin, or if we get lost in another side quest. But thank you to R&D for putting together also the 100 the random table of things that happened to Min here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Once that's off of him, I want to see the entire table.
The entire table is pretty great. I really love this table. It's pretty good.
All right, so then till next Tuesday/Wednesday, goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye, party.
Bye, party.
Bye, party.
Yay! They did a bit.